Hello, and welcome to Southwestern Lakers
live
live stream.
Exhibition matches decided to get going a little bit sooner, so we were like, you know what? Let's show some exhibition matches. This is going to be fun.
So right now for the Southwestern Lakers, we have Tiana Peterson from Kapolei, Hawaii against Melissa Jacobs from the Umpqua Community College.
Now, is Southwestern in the white?
Yes, we are.
Okay. I just got here and this is brand new. Like, wrestling to me, back when I was a youngster, it was all about tables, ladders, and chairs. You know, squared circle with turnbuckles. This is totally a different sport than that.
Yes, completely different. We do have tables, chairs, and unfortunately no ladders. However, they're not being used in the way that you may have seen them before.
People are actually sitting in them, and we're using the tables
for
to
their conventional purpose.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, we're not throwing people through them or hitting them with tables.
No, but throwing people is definitely an option here.
It is?
Yes.
Is this like sumo wrestling? Because I've watched that before,
Not
too.
Not quite.
Because I saw that she got pushed out of a circle.
Yes.
And that was like a whistle of some kind.
So for the women at Southwestern Oregon Community College, we participate in freestyle wrestling, as opposed to people knowing folk style wrestling from the high school style, which the men compete in. So in freestyle wrestling, there are points for push out, there are takedown points, and also throwing points, depending on how you throw.
Oh, okay.
So yes, you can get points from pushing someone out.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like there's 2 points takedown for Umpqua. That is Melissa Jacobs.
This is really intense. People are really getting into this.
Yeah, it's almost like camping.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yes. That was a dad joke that I just walked right into.
Yes, you did. All right, so we're going to reset.
Is that what the referee meant when he put his hands up in the air?
Yes, so when he puts his hands...
It's not a field goal.
No, that means neutral position, which is two people standing straight up.
See, I thought it was a field goal. That's what I'm used to when you see somebody put their hands up in the air. It's a field goal.
Yeah, I understand your confusion. All right, so that's the end of the first half.
Oh, there's halves?
Yes. So
I thought it was just like rounds or something.
Negative. Well, it's technically rounds, but in freestyle wrestling, there are 2 rounds, so I like to say halves sometimes.
Is it kind of like boxing, where they're going for like a minute and a half, 3 minutes, and then they take a break, and then they come back for another one?
Yes.
See, that's what I'm not used to.
Yes.
I'm used to being like 15 minutes, you got to pin them, make them submit, or you get like 10-second count out outside of the ring, and that's not the case here today.
No, well, that's definitely possible. You can't push people out, but you're not trying to, throw them to where they're going to break their head or something.
Oh, okay. That's understandable. Nobody wants to break their head.
All right, now we're getting ready to start the second round.
Again, these are just exhibition matches. The actual, like,
league matches that count.
League matches that count. Those haven't started yet. This is just like for fun. One might say it's for kicks.
You could say that.
Well, that's what I'm going to say because I don't know better.
That's fine.
From somebody who knows better, what would you say then?
It's always worth to take a shot.
Okay. So it's kind of like friendly matches where you're getting good practice in an actual situation. So that way when it comes around that you are the one who gets to wrestle,
yes,
you're more practiced.
Yes. Because there are differences between practicing and performance, which I'm sure lots of people in other sports can also relate to that.
It's true.
So this is basically a practice match. So someone is going their highest intensity, and it's someone you don't typically practice with, so you don't know what their typical moves are.
That makes sense, because I'm sure that...
So warning blue for, I believe that's aggressiveness on the head.
Was she going for the hair? See it? I'm learning an entire new sport right now.
You are allowed to pull on the head, however, unnecessary roughness, hitting the head is not allowed.
So it's not like Ultimate Fighting where you can just punch them in the face?
No, not exactly.
Okay.
At least purposefully.
So if you accidentally hit somebody in the face, it's all right. Maybe.
It was an accident. That's all you...
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Because they don't have like weighted gloves or padded gloves or anything. This is like bare knuckle here.
Precisely.
I do see there are some coaches on the sidelines like coaching along.
Yes.
And that's something that's is that allowed like in non-exhibition matches?
Yes, that's definitely allowed. You're allowed to have a coach by your side. The only difference really between exhibition and traditional matches for league are that exhibition matches don't count towards your team points for the game or for the meet.
All right, so you're saying like the points don't matter, so it's like whose line is it anyway, where the points don't matter and everything's made up. but you're still abiding by a set of rules.
Yes.
Okay.
They don't matter for the team score.
Ah, okay. But they matter for your personal, like,
Yes.
this is my own personal ranking.
Precisely.
Oh, all right. That makes sense. Ooh, going for the legs.
Yes.
Looks like that was a mistake.
Peterson trying to get around for the 2. And there we go. 2 red for Peterson.
That is it. Now, do their shoulders have to be like they're back on the ground to get a pin? Because I assume they got to go for a pin at some point too.
Yes. You obviously you don't have to go for a pin. In freestyle wrestling, you're allowed to turn people. So anytime someone's back is exposed to the mat, that's 2 points.
Ah, okay.
And if the score were to be 10-0, that would be considered a, excuse me, I totally forgot the word, I just blanked.
It happens sometimes. So it's not like a pin where you put them on their back, 1, 2, 3, match is over, I win.
No, that's definitely an option though.
So I could pin them 1, 2, 3, and that's it, over.
Yes, or score 10-0 and that's a technical fall.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Man, so many technicalities. Who would have thought the sport of wrestling was actually as intricate as it is? I just thought it was 1, 2, 3 pin or make them tap out and it's over.
Not quite. All right, so that's the end of the second round for this exhibition match against Tiana Peterson and Melissa Jacobs. And there's a win for your Lakers.
Oh, dang. There we go.
All right.
It's quite entertaining. Now, I'm noticing this is women's wrestling.
Yes.
I have not really seen, I come from like other institutions that had wrestling, but there was no women's wrestling.
Yes.
I didn't know women's wrestling was a thing.
Welcome
I'm a
to
terrible
women's
person.
wrestling. I mean, that's okay. Everyone can be a little enlightened.
I mean, you got to learn something new.
That's very true. All right, so for this exhibition match, we have Ebony Ayers for the Southwestern Lakers and Tino Moala for Umpqua. This is at 191 plus.
Now, what do you mean by 191 plus?
Okay.
Is this like weight classes?
Yes, so traditionally the weight class is 191 negative. We have Ebony Ayers here.
So it's the 191 plus is weight class.
Yes. Usually it's 191 traditionally, but this instance in particular is because both of these women did not weigh in according to the guidelines. So because they did not per se make weight, they have to do an exhibition match to participate.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So it does not count towards the team score.
So what you're saying is there might be different classes, kind of like how in, my wrestling of like old-fashioned WWF where you had like heavyweights, light heavyweights. Or if you think of UFC, there's like cruiserweights, featherweights, those kinds of weight classes.
No, not quite.
But it's not like saying that they're featherweight. It's like an actual number.
Yes, it is an actual number.
Oh, are
So
we
here
getting a
go.
pin?
It's potential for a pin. All right, and that's a pin win for Ebony Ayers.
What, just like that is over?
Just like that. So now we're going to start getting into the actual matches very shortly.
And I see that there's a level of sportsmanship that everybody is showing here.
Yes.
Where they go and they shake the hands after the match, and then they shake hands with the opposing coaches.
Yeah. It's traditional. A sign of respect, against the other team.
All right, that's okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that I was like, that doesn't make sense. But now that you're explaining it, it's like, okay.
Yeah. All right, so the weight classes for women's wrestling actually are very different from the men's weight classes. So in high school, most high schools, I would say, in the United States, practice folk style wrestling, which is the wrestling style that the men participate in.
Now, does that have like accordions and banjos, kind of like you
Not
got a folk
quite.
band that helps them along?
No, we leave the little piece of hay and wheat on the sidelines for
Oh,
folk
okay,
style
okay.
wrestling. No. So for the women, we participate in freestyle wrestling, which is a style of wrestling they practice in the Olympics.
So this, from here, these women are getting practice where they could be Olympians.
If that is their goal, they very well could achieve that.
Okay.
So for the women, the weight classes are 101, 109, 116, 123, 130, 136, 143, 155, 170, and 191.
That's a lot of different weight classes.
Yes, it is.
I was thinking it was just going to be like 3. Like you got light, medium, and heavy.
No.
Or something along those lines.
You just get 13 different specific weight classes.
Okay, so it's like brackets.
Yeah, well, typically for brackets, you use them in a tournament setting.
So you want to be somewhere between let's say if you're in the 101 class, you want to be 101 and under?
In most cases, you want to be 100.9.
Okay.
In some instances, you can weigh 100 on the nose. However, most of the time they do not allow that, so you want to be under the weight class to qualify for that weight. So if I want to wrestle 155s, I usually have to wrestle weigh 149.9.
That is very specific weight that you have to reach.
Excuse me, I said 149. I meant, yeah, that is, I can't do math. 154.9. There we go.
Okay, but that's still very specific. But if
Yes.
you were like 153 or 154.8.
That's fine. You just have to be no more than 149.
Okay.
0.9.
So theoretically, a 100 could wrestle in 143 if they felt like it.
If they really felt like they could, they definitely could.
Okay. So I was just curious about that because that could be something that comes into play
Yes.
later where I have been talking to some of the wrestlers when I go to lunch, asking them if he saved me some lunch. And he
Yeah.
would always say, no, I've got to make weight. I ate it all.
Yeah.
So, and he said he was 235 wrestling in a 285.
Yes. So the men's have a very different range of weight. Their lowest weight class here is 125, whereas
Ooh.
opposed to the women, that's 101. And the highest they have is 285 as opposed to 191.
Okay. And it looks like is it just Umpqua who's here tonight?
Yes, this is a dual meet between Southwestern Oregon Community College and the Umpqua Community College.
Okay. And we do have a sold-out capacity crowd here at 51,000 people,
Roughly.
roughly.
Yeah, I think it could be more.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of people to fit into the Rex gymnasiums.
Oh, definitely.
So I don't know if we could fit many more people in here. It is almost standing room only.
Yeah, there are definitely lots of people here. Oof.
And I did see that the local SWOCC GSA is having a bake sale.
Yes, as a matter of fact, the GSA Club is having a bake sale. The GSA Club has been newly founded here at SWOCC, so they're trying to start funding up some money to get it started, get it rolling. Yes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Southwestern Oregon Community College for today's NJCAA wrestling matchup between the visiting Umpqua Riverhawks and your Southwestern Lakers. I would now like to ask everyone to rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. Turn your attention to the American flag hanging above the floor as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
It's going to be like spotlight in here when they're wrestling.
Let's see both of the teams. First up, at 101 pounds, wrestling for the Riverhawks, Estella Trevino. For Southwestern, Ira Navarro. At 109, for the Riverhawks, Lizette Ramos Mujica. And for your Lakers, Ivy Navarro. At 116, the Lakers, Gia Puntino will take a forfeit. At 123, the Umpqua Riverhawks, Jordan White. And for your Lakers, Marie Seeley. At 130, for the Riverhawks, Maura Sheldon. And for the Lakers, Ezra Abbas. At 136, the Umpqua Riverhawks will get a forfeit. Laura Nakata will be getting that. And at 143 pounds, we'll have a forfeit on both sides. At 155, Southwestern Gianna Peterson will get the forfeit. At 170, for the Riverhawks, Jay Piper. And for your Lakers, Indiana Orozco. And 191, for the Riverhawks, Sienna Lahoo. And for your Lakers, Ivy Ayer. We'll get started at 101. Once again, for the Riverhawks, Estella Trevino. For the Lakers,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Southwestern Oregon Community College, where we are watching the Southwestern Oregon Laker ladies take on the Umpqua River Community College Hawks.
Ooh, it's going to be a great match. This is our first match of the evening at 101 pounds.
Ira Navarro.
Yep.
I'm
Here-
Victoria Cyprian.
Oh, exactly. And I am Jeff Baxter, as always. This is going to be an exciting match tonight. I am used to hearing, like, when we think of wrestling, I think of, like, a square circle with some ropes on the side. And today, we've got a circular mat.
You know, come to think of it, Jeff, I don't think I've ever heard of a square circle.
Really? You've never heard of the squared circle?
No.
I guess you haven't watched too much professional wrestling at that point.
No, here we have a circular-shaped mat. Have you never seen a wrestling match before, Jeff?
You know, I never have, other than professional wrestling. See, I grew up watching wrestling, though, where, you know, we had people hitting each other with chairs in cage matches. That's the kind of wrestling that I'm used to.
Okay, we're not that quite aggressive. However, we do have our own form of aggression, as we are seeing right here on the mat with Ira Navarro.
Ooh, good takedown.
Not quite yet.
It looks like a takedown. I'm just going to be making all kinds of mistakes tonight, and feel free to correct me.
Okay, let me hit you with some education.
I'm ready for that education.
All right, so a takedown usually takes place, most commonly, once a wrestler attacks the legs. The opposing wrestler usually falls to the mat.
So they trip them.
You can trip them. You can take a shot, which you will see happen. I'll call it out and be like, oh, that's a shot, to get their takedown.
You can grab them by the legs and, like, pile drive them?
Not quite pile driving. Not quite. So usually, here we go. Sorry, I'm just really into this.
Nope.
That is a takedown.
There we go.
So once a wrestler is behind another wrestler that's on the one on top gets a takedown once their legs are behind or parallel with the
Now, it
opponent's
looks like
legs.
she's just, like, spreading her arms out not to get fully down on the mat.
Yes. So in freestyle wrestling, once you get on the bottom, you try to do what they call a starfish. So you spread your arms and legs out to where you look like a starfish to avoid getting turned or pinned. But usually in freestyle, you aim to go for turns.
Now, if you were starfishing, could somebody theoretically grab you from around the waist and just suplex you over their back?
You could. However, that'd be kind of extravagant and a little bit over the top. You can, in freestyle wrestling, you are allowed to suplex.
Okay.
Yes, so that would count as over the head throw, and that would be 5 points.
That is quite a few points.
Yeah, quite a bit.
And I assume 5 points is a lot, because right now we've got 2 points to 0, and it's to 10 points, if I'm right.
Yes. Well, not. It can be 10-0.
Okay.
Yes. 10-0, that is over. We just saw Ira Navarro get another takedown here on Estela Trevino.
Now, in order to get, like, the pin or something, does her whole body have to touch the mat? Like her head, arms?
No. Usually they determine pins. Well, not usually. It's determined based off your shoulders and your shoulder and back
That's
contact
why
the
you
mat.
starfish.
Yes, to avoid getting flipped over to your back.
Okay. That makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. So sprawling happens in defense for when someone takes a shot. Here we are taking a break in the first round.
So that's why the guy in the hat was running around by the referee with what looked like a sock.
Yes, it is a wrapped up towel. So
and you
that
just bopped the referee with
yes,
it.
you bop the referee with it. That way he knows that the round is over.
Okay. That makes more sense. So as you can see, it's a little dark out there, so you might see this weird pinkish hue that's going on. We're trying to get our cameras to, get a little fix there, because
Yeah,
that I don't want everybody to look pink.
yeah, we do like some dramatic lighting here.
It is very dramatic. We got this red mat and just the single spotlight. I guess that way we just have to focus on everybody. It looks like we've kind of stalled here. Everybody is like very even.
Not quite stalling.
Oh!
So here we saw Estela Trevino take a shot on Ira Navarro. Ira Navarro then sprawled to defend it and got around for the 2-point takedown.
Well, all right then. So a shot is like you dive or lunge at somebody.
Precisely at their legs,
Okay.
specifically.
Now, if she had grabbed the legs, looks like she's going for like a bow lock of some
Yes,
kind.
that is
here.
called a bow and arrow.
Now,
So,
is there submissions where like she needs to tap out?
no, not quite. So in freestyle wrestling, when you're in the top and bottom position, as we just saw, you only get 30 seconds to do something, and then the ref calls you to stand up, which we just saw right now.
Okay, so she has to make her move quick
Yes.
if she's going to put her in the ankle lock.
Yes. I think she was going for a bow and arrow there.
That's true. There's probably all kinds of different submissions that you can do,
Yes, there are so many countless ones.
and they probably all have fancy names.
Probably.
I'm just taking wild shots in the dark here. I mean, it is kind of dark, so I'm taking those shots in the dark.
Yeah, almost as many as the wrestlers here.
It's true. That is a good pun right there.
All right. So that counted as a turn for Ira Navarro because the opponent's shoulders were exposed to the mat. Here she's trying to get a half Nelson. Didn't quite work out. 30 seconds are up. Ref calls neutral.
Ah, okay. Gee, it's very complex. It's not like soccer where it's like kick the ball in the net.
Oh, no,
There's
no.
a lot more at stake than just kick the ball in the net.
Let us not relive my soccer narration. That was a nightmare.
What narration?
Yes, but since I am also a female wrestler, I've been wrestling for 7 years. See, for me, this comes naturally. Whereas
Right.
you do have soccer
I
experience.
did. I played soccer for. Whoop!
All right.
Is that as they would say
That-
GG?
that-
10-0?
no. That is a technical fall by Ira Navarro, 10-0.
Ah, okay. So if somebody goes 10-0, that means it's just essentially like a knockout. Like that person, they lost.
Per se, but it's not necessarily a knockout.
But it's like it's an instantly I win in your face.
Yes.
Okay.
So here coming up at 109 for your Lakers, we have Ivy Navarro. And at 109 for Umpqua, we have Lizette Ramos.
Right, that's what I mean. I was following the
So now we're moving up in weight class. It's only a few pounds, but it's up in weight class.
Yes, we're moving
So we
up.
might see a little bit different strategy.
Yes. So traditionally, 143 and under is considered lightweight, and 155 is 191. Excuse me, 155 to 191 is heavyweight.
Okay. So these are the folks that you'll see a lot more quick movements from.
Yes.
A lot more shots being taken.
Yes.
A lot more risks.
Definitely.
And then with the heavier weights categories, you're going to see more deliberate movements, less risks.
Not necessarily less risk. In higher weight classes, I mean, obviously it's popular in lower as well, but mostly in the higher weight classes, you'll see people going for throws, a lot more throws. So those are also risky because sometimes if you don't throw right, you can get yourself in a negative position. And we have a 2-point takedown for Lizette for Umpqua.
And the ref, 30 seconds, get him to stand up.
Yes.
So, team points. There's a difference between team points and like match personal points.
Yes. So match points are, during this match right now, we have 4-0 SWOCC. So that's for the match individually. So depending on how you win your match and how many points you win your match, that contributes to the team score.
So because we won that first match 10-0, that gave us more points.
Yes.
So if it had been like, let's say 10-5, we might have only gotten a couple points, and then Umpqua might have gotten a point or two.
Yes. Well, Umpqua would not have gotten any points if we won.
But it would have been less points. So instead of 4, maybe 2 or 1.
So how it goes, usually, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm disclaiming that I may not be accurate. We have some intense action on the mat. I'll return to my commentary.
Oh.
2 takedown for Ivy Navarro.
Oh, she's going for the
bow
bow
for the bow and
lock.
arrow. And she's got it. Bow and arrow.
That was fast.
Yes. Let's see if she can.
Is she going for another one?
She's going. Aha.
Can you go for like a successive bow and arrow
Yes,
lock?
you can. You can go rolling down the stream as much time as you can to collect those points.
It's like a car crash and just roll over and over and get point after point each time you execute it?
Every single time your opponent's shoulders are exposed to the mat while you are in control, you get points for it.
Okay, so let's say it was a car crash. I could take somebody from the middle of the mat, roll them over out of the ring, and let's say I take like 4 rolls as I'm going.
So those would be 2 points each. You'd score 8 points.
Oh, that's a good way.
So if you were to just roll someone 5 points, that's the end of the match, 10-0.
Okay, so what I need to do is make people do a barrel roll, is what we're saying.
Definitely an option.
Way to mean.
Don't think it's a good idea, though.
It probably wouldn't be a good idea. It sounds like I might get hurt or I might hurt somebody else more than I intended.
Yes. So here we are in our 30-second break in between rounds. As I was explaining earlier, the team points versus traditional match points. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm too accurate about team points for freestyle. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
It's all right.
So usually by technical fall, which would be 10-0 in freestyle, you'd win by 6 points. So 6 points would go towards your team score. Then we have, if you win by a certain amount of points, it's 4 for your team score. And then I also believe the minimum amount of points, 4 points towards the team score. And after a certain number of points, it's 6 points for the team score. We're seeing a lot of aggression on the mat.
So I saw the referee pat each of their heads and shoulders.
Yes.
Why did he do that?
Okay, so the reason that the ref does that is because, for slipperiness, the sweat, you don't want people to be too sweaty. That way you can, each opponent has a chance to get a fair chance to get some points. You don't want to go to grab your opponent and then your hand slides off because they're so sweaty and you be dry.
Well, you can also accidentally probably scratch somebody pretty bad if that's the case. Because if you're going to grip and you're like, I'm going to get a good grip on this one, you slip, you're probably going to like scratch someone real hard.
Definitely, and I've definitely done that before myself as well.
Gotta stop working so hard.
I know.
Ooh, it's intense right here.
Just like camping.
It is just like camping. I keep walking right into that dad joke. Oh, it looks like...
So Estella Trevino working her way, trying to get her 2-point takedown. Ivy Navarro keeping on that leg, trying not to let that happen.
So I see that the SWOCC wrestlers grabbing their quad or around their thigh.
Yes.
Is there a strategy behind that?
Yes. So the reason that she's holding on to that leg is that there's a potential for her to roll through. There's potential for her, if she were to run her feet a little bit more, she could suck the leg in to get her shot. And then also if she were to run her feet around to get a takedown.
So, woof.
So 2 points for the opposing team because that counts as a turn.
Man, this is this is a lot more complicated than I thought it would be.
Yes, it is. This is why, personally, myself, I'm a lot better at folk style. I understand folk style a lot better. Freestyle is new to me, so it's a little rougher for me to understand complications. If you've never known freestyle before, coming to it from folk style can be very confusing.
Understandable. I'm just used to that straightforward wrestling of pin, 1, 2, 3, make them tap out, or hit him with a chair, get the championship belt.
Yeah, no championship belts, unfortunately.
Man, I was hoping to see a championship title match. Oh!
2 points for Ivy Navarro. Potential pin.
Now, there's no tag matches in this, are there?
No, unfortunately, no tag matches. This is solely you,
It's
1v1. Exactly.
All right, so there's no tag team championships on the line tonight either.
Negative.
Oh, are we going for another bow and arrow lock?
Looks like it. Is she going to get it?
It looks like it's gonna hurt if she gets it. I'm just not that flexible. I'm hurting just looking at that.
So she didn't get enough time, so refs calling neutral.
Now I assume in wrestling there's probably quite a few injuries that come like overstrained, overstretched muscles.
Definitely. All right, so that's the end of the match.
So it looks like there was a takedown right there. So you go to like essentially 3 rounds, it seems.
Yes. Well, no, there's 2 rounds in women's wrestling.
Is that when that guy came? So that guy only came out twice to bop the referee.
Yes.
That makes more sense now.
Yes,
And now we got a little bit of a break.
we do.
And 123 now for the Riverhawks, Jordan White. And for your ladies,
So it looks like we're going to 123 now. We got Jordan White and Nia are going to have it out.
It says 116 up there.
All right, so here we had a forfeit for 116 in our benefit from Nia Matutino. And here for 123s, we have Marie Seeley against Jordan White from Umpqua.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the last time it said 109.
So the referee's not starting it. I'm guessing because it looks like the board still says 116 rather than 123.
Yes,
So
I believe there was a last-minute switch is where the confusion was, but that's okay. We can take a little time, chill out a little bit.
So wait, you're allowed to substitute somebody out?
Not quite. So what happened was there may have been a complication with the weigh-ins. That's definitely a possibility. So here we have.
That was really fast for a
Yes,
takedown.
takedown by Jordan White.
Now, that definitely was less than 30 seconds.
Yes, it was. I believe possibly because she was just kind of sitting there. So
She was
if
just
she's not, if she's not
starfishing?
yet, no, White from Umpqua. She was not
Okay.
being proactive on top. So there we got a takedown.
Unlike what's going on right now,
Yeah.
they're trying to make something happen
Back
even
and
though they're
forth.
starfishing.
Yes, so we have Marie Seeley trying to get a turn on Jordan White right now. Not
Now-
happening. Refs calling neutral.
I was say, it looks like they fell over the line a little bit, but I'm assuming it's not just like your hand goes over the line. It has to be like a good portion of your body.
Yes. So if someone is already on top, they can't get the push-out point because they already have the 2 takedown point.
Whoa,
So Jordan White gets that 2 takedown, or excuse me.
that hurt just looking at it.
All right, back and forth, back and forth.
And the ref's down there looking for the pin.
Pretty intense back and forth
That
from these girls.
was really good right there. The
Yes,
crowd
let's call
was
it.
just going
All right.
wild. And she's able to get back over into the starfish.
Yes.
That was really good right there.
So currently the score is 6-4 Jordan White, Umpqua.
And it seems like there's a great deal of respect between each person. There's no like, it doesn't seem like there's any hard feelings between the stand-ups.
The stand-ups. I'm confused by what you mean by stand-ups.
Well, the ref says get back to neutral position, make them stand back up.
Oh yes, that way we can get more action. So when one's on bottom, the other one's on top of them, not turning. The purpose of having them to stand up is, oh, we have another.
That looks like she just went forehead first into the mat. Is there a reverse starfish?
No, there's not a reverse starfish. She's going for a pin, Jordan White here.
Okay, it looks like she's trying to turn over.
Yes, to avoid, and there's the pin for Umpqua.
That looks like it hurt just with that takedown going just face first into the mat.
Yes, it did.
And that looks like it's the win for White.
Up next, 130 for the Riverhawks, Moira Sheldon. And for your Lakers, Eza Alba.
And as we move up in weight class, I'm guessing the intensity just keeps going up.
Yes, definitely without a doubt.
I'm just waiting to see somebody get suplexed. If that happens, my night will be complete.
I'm sure a lot of people would agree with you there. All right. So here we have Asa Abbas for Southwestern Oregon Community College against Moira Sheldon from Umpqua.
Looks like she's just trying to bulldoze through.
Sheldon here going for the takedown. Is she going to get the points? Not quite, because her legs aren't coming around. And there's 2 takedown for Sheldon.
I just couldn't even see that happen. I thought it was going to be more points than that.
No, not quite.
And looks like we're going for another bow and arrow lock. This just hurts me
Yes,
while
I
looking at it.
I can't quite see. I believe that's a cradle that's going on right there.
Because I am not that flexible.
No, I definitely not either. Okay, so that's a pin on for Umpqua by Moira Sheldon.
Oof. So a pin, no matter what, is just like I win.
Yes.
But it's not like a 10-0, I win.
No. You get different points for different types of wins. So for 136, we have a forfeit from the Lakers. So Umpqua gets those points.
Now, when we have a forfeit, I assume that means we had nobody in that weight class to wrestle.
That's typically how it goes.
Huh. But it still counts. Like, it's still my team points.
It contributes towards your team points, yes.
Okay. All right, so now we're up into the 170. We jumped weight class by 50 pounds.
Yes, due to forfeits on either side. So here at 170 for the Lakers, we have Adriana Orozco. And from Umpqua, we have Jade Piper.
Now, I have seen in other medias that some people would wear something over their ears, like to protect their ears.
And the reason you see that is that those, that's the use of headgear. Headgear is used in folk style wrestling. So,
and this is freestyle.
Yes. So when the men come on the mat, you'll definitely see them wearing some headgear.
Now, I'm assuming so that protects them from getting slapped in the ear.
Yes.
And getting like deafened or hurt.
A common concern in the wrestling universe is a cauliflower ear. Cauliflower ear is usually caused typically by getting your ears slammed on the mat. And
but
then
not sticking cauliflower in your ear.
No, not quite. I see how you could get confused.
That would be very confusing.
No, but what happens with cauliflower ear is hard contact, your ear fills up with fluid, and if you don't get drained in time, it hardens like cartilage.
That sounds disgusting.
Oh, it definitely is. But you know what? If you see a wrestler with cauliflower ear, people get intimidated.
That just reminds me of one of the Ultimate Fights that I saw recently. And that guy had cauliflower ear.
Yes.
At least I think he did.
Probably. Did it look kind of deformed?
I mean, it looked like he had been bruised or something in his ear, and it had swollen up, and it was just his ear that.
Yes, that's possibly cauliflower. I wouldn't see why it wouldn't be.
Now, could that happen in freestyle wrestling?
Oh yes, that could definitely happen, especially with the amount of throwing in freestyle wrestling. So here we have Piper going for takedown that she achieved.
Nope.
2 points for that turn there.
And she's definitely outside of the ring. Looked like she was straddling the line there.
So another difference between folk style and freestyle wrestling is folk style wrestling, they have top and bottom positions. You can start and top, start and bottom, different periods. And if you go outside of the mat in either top or bottom position, you reset in top and bottom in the center. However, in freestyle, if you're in top and bottom position, you always reset neutral.
Ah, okay. Now, this is really good. This is all good information. I'm sure this is something that our viewers all are very familiar with.
Yes.
Maybe some of them aren't. Maybe they're more familiar with my style of wrestling.
WWE SmackDown.
WWE, laying the smackdown, people's elbow, that kind of stuff. Which is great. It's fun to watch.
Definitely.
I'm not saying that this isn't fun to watch, but it's also it's entertaining in a different way.
I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Where
no evil villains here.
There's no stories, no heels, no faces.
Nope.
This is just straight up. I'm gonna put you in the dirt.
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna put you on the mat, not in the dirt. They're not wrestling in dirt this time around.
Exactly. I mean, face to the mat, that's pretty brutal. You get dragged the wrong way, you get mat burns across your face.
I have definitely had rug burns and floor burns from a gym floor,
Yes.
and those are not fun at all.
Mat burn is very similar. So here we are, end of the first period. Excuse me, first round.
First round. I think there's periods in hockey.
Yes, I'm so used to saying period.
So there's rounds, and now we're into round 2, and there's
Yes.
only 2 rounds.
Yes.
Okay.
The only time there will ever be overtime is if the scores are tied.
Now, what I think would be really funny is if we had a guy in shorts walking around with a giant number 1 or a giant number 2, like in boxing. But
I
since
think
it's
that would be funny, too.
Since it's women's wrestling, we make the guy do it.
You know what? Equality, right?
I think it'd be very fun. Also, it'd probably make people laugh. And I'm
agree.
all about making people laugh.
All right, here we are getting back into it, the action on the mat.
So it seems like they've got some kind of strategy of holding their arms out.
Yes. So you want to try to keep your arms out in a certain position to hopefully avoid getting a takedown or getting shot on, excuse me. So Jade Piper here got a takedown. So by having your arms out in a certain position, that's kind of like, as you like to reference, boxing. The boxing defense, they usually have your face, protected by your
Okay.
arms. It's kind of the same thing, except you're protecting your legs.
Okay, so that way when they jab, you can essentially just slap them down.
Yes. See, here in wrestling, as we're
In
watching.
real wrestling.
Yes, real wrestling, authentic wrestling. You sprawl when someone shoots for your legs.
Which means you jump backwards.
You basically
your-
swing your legs out back behind you and just slam.
So that way you just fall down on top of them.
Yeah,
like
see
a
here we
pancake.
have heavyweight. We got a throw there.
That's 4 points?
Yes, 4 points for feet to back.
Ooh. And
So that is a tech fall.
oh, it was 10 points.
Yes, 10-0.
Oh, man.
Umpqua.
I'm used to being there's a goal or a hoop that things go into that gets points. And when I see that happen, that's when I'm able to shout, yeah, points, yeah, goal. But in this point, it's a little different. The referee's the one who calls them out.
Yes. So here for 191, we have Ivory Ayers against Sienna Lejeune.
And then immediately following, this is the last one at the end of.
Yes, this is the end for the women.
And then after that, we got men's wrestling.
Yes, we do men's wrestling, folk style. So here we have Ivory Ayers. She got 2 takedown, trying to go for more points here.
All right. And it looks like she might be going for some kind of arm submission, like an arm bar to make her tap out. Or is it trying to flip her over?
She's trying to flip her to her back.
And that's why you starfish your legs out.
Yes.
So it's harder to get flipped.
Yes, you are called starfish because you have both your arms and your legs out to avoid getting turned.
Okay, could we call it Patricking?
You could call it Patricking.
Because Patrick is a starfish.
I'm not sure if everyone would understand your reference.
How do you not understand a SpongeBob
All right,
reference?
so there we go. We got a pinfall there.
Well, just boom,
for
done.
SWOCC.
Wow.
That's it for the ladies.
And there we go. Just like that.
All right,
22 to 19.
Yep.
The Lakers barely squeak it out of there.
We got it, though.
Hey, a win is a win. And as I say, I'll take the W.
I'll take the dub.
So next is men's wrestling. I'm guessing we're probably going to be like some kind of break that's going to happen so that way
Yes.
the guys can collect themselves. Looks like we got a bunch of little kiddos out here.
Yeah, we do.
They're probably going to do some kind of exhibition wrestling.
Yes, they are actually on behalf of the Team Bucks Mat Club.
Team Bucks Mat Club.
Well, that's a lot of little kids. I haven't seen that many little kids since I worked at summer camp.
Oh, yikes, that sounds traumatizing, Jeff.
Yes. Yes, it was. Basically, a lot of little gremlins running around.
Yes. So we are going to see a match between Ace Mead from Team Bucks Mat Club, which we are seeing right here, against Owen McFall from Crater Mat Club. These are going to be 2 7-year-olds competing in folk style wrestling.
So they're going to be doing suplexes and they're going to get chairs
No.
on each other.
No.
No?
Suplexes are illegal in folk style
Is there
wrestling.
a belt involved at least?
There are no belts.
There's no belts? At least if they were little kids, I'd give them a belt.
Yeah.
Like, just go buy like one of those $4, $5 belts.
Yeah.
And just be like, yes, you win. Here's your little plastic belt.
Yeah, I'm sure there'd be something. I'm actually really excited to see this match. See the little ones wrestling around.
They're going to have probably a real good match.
Yes.
Now, folk style wrestling, we'll address folk style wrestling versus freestyle when we get to freestyle. But you said there was a third kind of wrestling.
Yes, there is Greco-Roman wrestling, which is also a part of Olympic wrestling.
Ah.
Yes.
So that's when you're like greased up and you're trying to wrestle around like pigs.
No.
Dang it.
No, that is very similar to the origin, though. In Greece,
I know
they
that's
wrestle in mud.
I thought, I'm a history major, and the Greeks I know would oil themselves up before wrestling.
Well,
So with Greco-Roman wrestling, they're not oiled up dudes.
no, they are not. You may be a history buff, but you may not be buff in wrestling history.
That's understandable.
Yes.
I have the approximate knowledge of many things.
I definitely can. I can resonate with that. So in Greco-Roman, you're only allowed to use your upper body. You're not allowed to attack the legs at all. So that's definitely all throwing.
So, okay, in that one, I'm going to guess they need to wear headgear because you're going to get slapped in the face.
I'm honestly not too sure about the rules for Greco-Roman.
Huh. But you're not, I don't know, I'm thinking you're allowed to suplex people in Greco-Roman if you're just using your upper body.
Yes, you are.
That's make it more interesting. But then there's the fourth style of wrestling that's been made popular by the World Wrestling Federation.
Yes. All right, we're announcing team champions, I believe.
Now we've got
And that's different.
3-round, 1-minute round exhibition match.
All right, so the match is going to be 1 minute long.
35 pounds, all muscle.
Big ball.
Heck yeah. These kids are probably secretly buff.
From the Team Bucks Mat Club, Ace Mead.
All right, we got one of them out there. Looks like I don't see the other one.
Ah, the
There
ref
we
is on
go.
his knees because they're so tiny. Oh, here we go. Chicken, here we go.
Oh, and it is on.
All
And
right.
oh, there we go.
Getting straight to it.
I mean, you just got to go for it sometimes.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see them take some shots. Wonder
It
if
looks
they know
like
some
he's
throws
trying
too.
to grab some of his uniform there in the back. Is that a strategy that people use?
I don't think he's going for the uniform. I think he's going for the leg, Jeff.
It looks like he was grabbing part of his shoulder, maybe.
Well,
Oh,
these
there
little
he
ones,
goes.
often their singlets are loose because they're pretty tiny. So they're still growing into
That's
them.
true. Oh, and
All right, so there we go.
flipped
That's
down.
a takedown.
I would not want to be one of these little kids. Looks like they're wrapping their legs up.
Yeah, it's getting rough.
Ooh, you can just feel the intensity in this match right now.
This is so exciting.
Oh, and
Ooh,
there's
we got
a
a
point.
throw there.
There's another point.
All right.
Now it's round one.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Oh, and he's flipped a coin.
Yes.
You can see.
So one wrestler is designated as red and the other is designated as green. Flipping the coin, red or green on either side. Depending on which side it flips on, let's say it picked red. Red gets to choose whether you want to start bottom, top, or neutral.
Oh,
In this instance, they chose neutral.
that is why the referee is wearing green and red on his wrists.
Yes,
It is not just because it's getting closer to Christmas time.
definitely not. I mean, it is a little festive, but it's not for the holidays.
Ah, okay.
So for freestyle wrestling, the colors are blue and red, but for folk style, they're green and red.
Wait, did he change that out?
Yes, he did.
I did not see that happen. That's how observant I am. That
That's
referee
okay.
is a ninja. That looks like we're gonna. Oh,
Two
he's
takedown.
down. Looks like he's pushing him out of the ring. Oh, tried to flip him. Now it seems like these kids are starting from an early age to get enthusiastic about the sport of wrestling.
Oh, yes. Many people that I know personally that are state champions have done many, many years of wrestling. And wrestling program. Last year, wrestled for 11 years.
That is a long time.
Oh, yes.
That is more than 10 years.
You know what, Jeff? I think you might be right.
I'm not entirely sure. I was a history major, not a math major. I don't know numbers.
I understand your confusion. I can definitely resonate with that.
It's like they wanted to start down this time.
Yes. Well, see, in that instance, it was because they're in the top-bottom position. Outside, they exited the ring, so they restart in the top-bottom position. here at folk style.
Ah, okay. It's not just like start neutral position all the time.
No, like freestyle. Freestyle is neutral position all the time. But here you get a choice. And based off your positions, if you go exit the mat as well.
Ooh, it looks like he was trying to go for a slam or a throw. Both of his feet were off the mat there. These little kids are just giving it their all.
Yeah. This is intense. This is more intense than some of the college matches I've seen,
Yeah,
if I
I
may
am
say so.
glad we brought extra camping supplies today.
Me too.
It is you who walked into that dad joke this time.
I did.
Oh,
The crowd's going wild
there
here.
we go. Wait, they did 3 rounds. 3 1-minute rounds.
Yes, so in folk style there are 3 rounds as opposed to 2 in freestyle.
That was quite an intense match. So shake hands, it looks like.
All right, there we go.
There we go, and we got the winner. What a good match. And just good sportsmanship being showed all around.
That's good. Good establishment in the youth.
You got to establish that good sportsmanship early, otherwise you can get some really rotten people later who are poor sports. And nobody likes a poor sport. We've got some moms out here too.
I
trying
love
to
wrestling
coordinate
moms.
some kids.
Wrestling moms are my favorite.
Hey, all moms are great. That sounds like the voice that I would kind of put on in order to get my kids in line if I ever had any. It's the tone I took with my campers in order to get them in line sometimes. Sometimes you just got to put your foot down.
Sometimes you do.
But you know, it's all about love. That they put their foot down because they care. So now it looks like we got some time before the men's are gonna begin.
Let's welcome your Lakers to the mat.
Oh,
All
it
right.
looks like here come the
We're
Lakers.
welcoming the men's wrestlers onto the mat.
Well, it looks like we're just going. Now I'm wondering why we don't turn up the house lights for.
Adding to the intensity.
I mean, I guess. I think it's just, it's gonna hurt when we turn all of these lights back on. My eyes have adjusted to this darkness. They're just gonna turn on all these fluorescent lights and we're gonna go temporarily blind.
At 133 for the Riverhawks, Johnny Maldonado.
So it looks like we've got, what, 10 more weight classes to go through?
Yes, 10.
And these ones start at 125 and then they go up to 285.
Yes.
At 141.
That is a lot. I myself weigh roughly 218 pounds, and it's not all muscle, I can tell you that much.
That's okay, Jeff. Oh, no, we're introducing ourselves to the kids team.
Ah,
So
okay.
once again, this is Team Buck's Mat Club.
So it
Oh,
kind of looks like they're doing a FIFA thing where
Yes.
they bring out little kids with them.
Yes, that's what I just realized.
I was just coming to that realization myself.
Yeah,
So
I was like, I just saw
good to
kids
see.
running.
I've been watching way too much soccer. You know, I'm a Timbers fan, and I'm really happy with what's been going on recently. So to see this mirrored in other sports is quite wonderful.
I agree.
Wait, why didn't they do this for women?
That's a good question. We'll
So-
just leave an awkward silence for the audience to ponder about it.
174 for the Riverhawks, Jesse Ramirez.
That was a good pause right
That was a
there.
good pause.
You just got to think about those things sometimes. Because
Definitely
I'm
agree.
sure there are lots of ladies out there who would love to go into wrestling.
And there are some girls on that team, I see.
Yeah. And there's probably not a lot of large colleges or institutions that would offer like a scholarship. It seems like most women's wrestling that I've seen as of today has been from community colleges or the lower college levels.
Yes, actually, women's wrestling in the national level is pretty new. There's still, although there are national tournaments and large regional tournaments, there's still, comparative to the men, it's minuscule.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I guess it might be fair to compare that to esports, where esports has just recently started up,
yes.
and not a lot of colleges are on board with it just yet, but it's slowly growing.
Yes.
So I'm assuming over the years we're going to see more women's wrestling and more esports around.
Yes, it's definitely coming up a lot more. Women's tournaments, women's wrestling clubs, high school wrestling. My team in high school only had 4 girls, whereas there was a team who had a full girls team, where that's like 30 plus.
That is a lot of women on a wrestling team.
Yes, it is.
Looks like Umpqua took their college colors. They're green, and SWOCC's going to be red. I mean, I guess that works.
All right, so from the Lakers at 125, we're starting with Joel Avila, and from Umpqua, Nathan Kiddo.
All right, and I do see that they are, holy cow, they're moving fast.
Yeah, so as you see, the men here are wearing headgear.
I did hear their heads kind of collide there, and I heard a tunk coming from, oh my goodness.
Going out into the crowd.
Yeah, he just picked him up and was like, I'm going to take you over here now.
Yes.
So that almost squishing some of the little kids over there.
I know, the kids got to watch out. The parents are asking them to
Shuffle back.
Yeah, shuffle back. Just a little bit safety precaution there.
And it looks like now they're starting down.
Yes, so since that's the position they went out of the circle in, that's the position they restart in here in folk style.
It is all coming together for me now.
Yes. So here in folk style, you get points by takedowns, reversals, escapes.
It looks like
And
they
pins.
have 2 referees.
Yes. I'm honestly not sure as to why that is.
Why were there not 2 referees for the women?
That's a good question.
I'm just going to leave that pause there to make people think.
That's a good idea.
Because I'm guessing it's so we are more accurate in our counts. And that way one referee doesn't have to like swish around trying to make sure they got the pin. We've got another referee who can come in from the other side and see if there's a pin.
Yeah. So here, as I was saying, so you can get points by takedown, reversal, escapes, and near fall.
Near fall?
Yes.
Now what do they mean by, like near fall just sounds like you're about to fall and I tripped and whoop, there you go, point.
Yes. So by fall they mean submission, and by submission they mean pin. So near fall points occur when, let's see here. Here we have Joel. For example, if Joel were to turn here Nathan Kiddo onto his back, hold him there for a certain amount of time, he can get 2.
He just like Spider-Man around him
yes,
right
he did.
there.
Yes, so you can get 3 near fall points or 4 near fall points, depending. I believe it's 3 or 4. I know 4 for sure.
So you can get, what's the near, so how do you get a point with a near fall? What is a near fall?
Okay, so if you have someone turned over, you almost pin them. Sorry, excuse me, I got distracted.
That's
by the
okay.
action.
That was really good right there.
Yeah, it made me nervous. It's like, ooh, who's going to get pinned? So, excuse me.
It almost looked like he was going to put him in like some kind of Spider-Man chokehold.
Yeah, yeah, I could see why you'd feel that way. But near fall occurs where you're almost in a pin position. You've seen a couple pins here today. So if you're in that pin position and somehow the person that's getting pinned escapes, rolls over, you get near fall points for however long you hold them down. So it's not like 2 seconds, it's 2 points, but they have certain incremental rules which determines it, and I'm honestly not certain about them. So I'm not going to act like I know them.
It's okay. I won't either because I know absolutely nothing. Again, I came in here with like tag champions, world heavyweight belts, chairs, ladders, tables. That's what my understanding of wrestling was.
Yes, no, there are chairs and tables, however, they're being utilized like the quote-unquote normal way.
Ah, yes. To sit in and put stuff on.
Yes, precisely. So that is the end of round 1 here.
Ooh.
Unlike the women, the men do not get a break.
Nope, it's just ready, go, round 2.
Yep. So
Now,
ref
do
of
they
the
still
point,
go to 10?
red. No. I will explain that in a moment.
Oh, okay.
So the ref flipped the coin, flipped to red. Red deferred, which means they deferred their decision to the green team, and green chose neutral. So as far as technical fall goes, it's 15-0 for folk style.
Okay.
Yes. As opposed to 10-0 in freestyle.
Now the coaches, it looks like we got 2 coaches rather than 1 coach for the women's team. Had 1. Men's team seems to have 2. And they are
Yes.
shouting on the sidelines over here instructions on what they think the wrestlers should be doing.
Yes, definitely trying to influence some action. See, in freestyle wrestling, if there's not enough action, someone is always being more proactive. Quote, unquote. Like, someone always has to be more proactive. So whoever isn't being more proactive is, what is the term? As soon as I come to say it, it goes away.
It's okay.
They get labeled as passive.
Ah, okay.
Yes, whereas here in folk style, you get labeled as stalling. And for freestyle and folk style, being passive or stalling, if you get too many warnings from the ref, that's a point for the opposing opponent.
Essentially, you're saying I don't want to do anything. I'm going to wait on them, but you're not supposed to wait.
Yes, they want to influence as much action as possible by doing that.
All right, so they just want them to go chairs to the walls on this one.
Sure. Chairs are not utilized the way you want.
Dang it.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just waiting for someone to come in, just get hit with the chair.
See, no one here is scripted to hit anyone with a chair.
Dang it, that's
If it
true.
happens, that is totally unscripted, off the audience.
And
I didn't ask
I bet
for
there
it.
would be some interference coming from like fans who'd be really upset of their wrestler getting hit with the chair.
Yes. All right, so we're pushing out and resetting. Score currently is 4-0 SWOCC. Joel Avila and Nathan Kiddo. Kiddo takes bottom.
I don't think
covering.
that. I think that might be something that people don't realize about quote professional wrestling is that it's very scripted in what happens. This, not scripted at all.
It's raw,
This is all improv.
authentic.
Like, these people did not go to special class to learn how to act the wrestling. They went and trained to wrestle.
All right, that's the end of the second round.
So
Heading
now
into
it's
third
third round, and SWOCC now starts in the bottom position.
Yes, SWOCC chose bottom because you get escape points here in folk style, so his goal is to get out so he can get an escape point.
So he's going to try to pull a Houdini.
Ooh,
Unless
crotch
he gets
lift
thrown.
coming from Umpqua.
That looked like it hurt.
Probably did. I
And
can't relate.
That looks like starfishing, but more like an upward starfish.
We call that a quad pod.
A quad pod.
Yes, as opposed to a tripod, you'd be like traditional tripods, as you know, and then also if you have one hand down, then 2 legs up. But that's a quad pod because 2 legs, 2 arms, and your butt is up in the air. Quad pod.
Okay, I think some people would call that downward dog.
Yes.
Because those of us who practice yoga know that position is downward dog. Though it wasn't a true downward dog because his back was pretty flat.
Yes, I definitely
And it
agree.
wasn't like a 45 incline.
Okay, so as opposed to freestyle wrestling, you only have a certain amount of time. Folk style, you're here as long as it takes till the clock runs out.
Okay, so it's not 30 seconds, then you're back up.
Precisely.
It's like you gotta
get up or deal with it.
Looks like they have some really powerful quads in this one because it looks like the Umpqua wrestler has got like a vice grip with his legs.
Yep, some leg lacing going on there. Leg riding, excuse me. There we
And
go, 2
he's-
reversal. Joel.
And I was gonna say he escaped.
And 1 escape point.
And it just moved real fast. I blinked, and we had like a flip and then a reverse flip, and then
Yep.
he spun around and did a kick flip.
So much is happening right now. Everyone's tense.
I assume because it's like real close, and then it's over.
Yes. All right, and here we are.
And that's the end of that one.
So, score goes 6-3 SWOCC.
And the good sportsmanship shown at the end of those matches. Like, I lost, but I'm still going to shake your hand.
Yes. So coming up next, we have weight class 133 pounds. For SWOCC, we have Christian Balaxo, a.k.a. Chano, and Johnny Maldonado from Umpqua.
Now we're up roughly 8 pounds from our
Yes.
last weight class.
All right. So similar to folk style, or excuse me, freestyle, any wrestling class, the lighter weight classes, you'll often see a lot more action going on.
Definitely. But even though they might be lighter, a little bit more quickness going on, they're nonetheless still strong.
Oh yes, and especially men naturally composed of more muscle, and then obviously these guys definitely lift.
I would assume so.
Yes.
The definition in their arms and quads tells me they lift, bro.
I have no response to that.
No, that happens sometimes. And it seems like they're both just trying to find that opening.
Yes, they're both staying very low. Often a strategy in wrestling, a lot of people make fun of people who stay low and crawl along the bottom like that, but that's leaving your legs unavailable to the opponent.
Yeah, it's a legitimate strategy, just
Yes.
like camping.
Yes, yes it is.
Some people in the gaming world will understand my reference to camping as a legitimate strategy.
Oh yes, that camping. I thought you were talking about, camping that gets intense.
Oh, well, yes, there's that kind of camping too, but that's an entirely different kind of camping.
Yes. Yes, camping in the sense that you are speaking of is also definitely a strategy. It's basically what they're doing here.
They're waiting for the other person to make a move and then pounce when that move happens.
Yes.
And you gotta be careful where those little kids I see on the sidelines just laying down, sitting around.
Yep. Hopefully none of them get kicked in the face. That'd be unfortunate.
Because you
Centering
don't,
up, there we go.
want to be real close.
No, you don't.
Like, this is not the...
Go. Maldonado takes a shot.
Oh,
Trying to
it
come
looks like
through
he was going for an
Iranian.
ankle lock.
Not quite a thing, Jeff. Maybe next time.
Is it? It's not a thing? It looked like he was
No.
trying to grab him by the ankle.
That is called an Iranian. Oh, and then we're getting some scrambling getting done here. No points given out yet. Each have each other's leg. What's going on with the verdict?
Oh, and he's just sitting on him.
Yep.
Now, wait, what is an Iranian?
Iranian is a wrestling move where
Well, I'd assume so. It's also, you know, you could have a lot of interpretations.
I'm
but
going to
in this
continue like
case-
you didn't interrupt me. So, an Iranian is where you take a shot and someone sprawls on you. You lift their legs and come through the center of their legs, twisting around to get the takedown.
Ah, okay. That sounds very complicated.
A little bit.
It sounds like somebody could get really hurt trying to do that.
Still no points on the board yet.
Really? I would have thought there would have been at least one or two by now.
You would think, but that scrambling got really confusing.
I tend to do a lot of thinking. It doesn't always come to fruition with, you know, good things, but thinking is something that I do participate in.
All right, that's the end of the first round. Green choice, green defers.
Is that why he made the,
chooses
like,
bottom.
the X with his hands?
Yes, when he makes the X with his hands, that's basically a no, so it means defer. Or it can be kind of like, I don't know, how do you describe this
like
motion?
the motion of
Like shaking your hands off after you wash your hands?
I wash my hands trying to get all the excess water off of
Yeah,
it.
so if he does that motion, that means defer as well. All right,
Okay.
so one escape for Christian Balagso.
Now, since he deferred, which means next time he has to choose?
Yes, next, okay, so it's green deferred, red chose. So since red chose, green has to choose next time.
Okay, so
Yes.
he's not allowed to defer anymore.
No.
All right.
You either defer or you choose between top, bottom, neutral.
Ah, okay. There are so many rules and such complexities. I wonder how this all came about.
Origins?
I know.
Greece.
Looks like I got to go to hit the history books.
I'm telling you, originated in Greece. Lots of, well, documented origination.
I'm sure there was other places that it came to or went from. Because, you know, the ancients, they had to entertain themselves somehow. They didn't have these fancy streaming services.
I agree. No Wi-Fi? Must be rough.
Oh, man. I could not imagine. Oh, no, I can't. I grew up without Wi-Fi.
Set up for a shot. Okay, Christian Balagso for the shot. 2 takedown for SWOCC. Trying to get a pin there. Trying to get a pin there. Is it going to happen?
He's trying to, like, run away. Looks like he was trying to scramble backwards.
Yes.
Like crab walk out of that.
Trying to roll out of there. That's a bad position to be in if you want to win.
I would assume so. You don't want to be on your back.
Definitely do not.
If you're on your back, I would assume that means that you're going to get pinned.
Likely.
It at least increases the likelihood of you getting pinned.
Yes.
Now, it looks like he's just rubbing his face in the mat. That cannot feel good.
I believe he's trying to get an arm in an attempt to tilt him. Oof, that's a rough knee to the top of his head.
It looks like he's trying to, like, wrench him over onto his back.
Yes.
Maybe.
I think he's a little too high up, might not work. That's the end of round 3, or excuse me, round 2. Going into round 3. Green chooses bottom.
Yeah, see, he's moving his arm. It looked like he might have had some kind of tweak in his arm there.
I
did
having
that
his
the
shoulder
other-
wrenched up. You like that? Oof.
I mean, I did that the other weekend when I was playing tug-of-war with a dog. Shows how out of shape I am, where a dog was able to tweak my shoulder by just playing tug-of-war.
Ref called a caution, not sure why. Caution on green. All right, here we go, back into action.
A caution? What do
Yes.
you mean by a caution?
So,
Is that like a yellow card?
not quite. Kind of, actually.
So it's like a hang on, don't do that again.
Yes. So, caution. Oof.
He's just trying to run away.
I'm sorry, this is just so intense right now.
Yeah, it's
We
just
had a
all
very
of a
intense
sudden.
mat return. All right, escape point for Maldonado.
As you can see, some of the kids on the sideline were like, hold on, boys, just back it up here.
Oh, yeah, watch out, watch out, watch out.
So, it didn't seem like there was any takedown points. We only got an escape point.
Yes, that's because they started in that position. They stood up. Green was on bottom. Block, so red was on behind. They stood up. Block, so was still behind. There was no physical escape. He returned him to the mat, so there was no. There was no takedown point because that's the position in which they started.
And it looks like there's no. Looks like he had an arm and a leg on that one. I couldn't tell from here.
Yeah, I can't really see here. Almost got Maldonado in a split here.
A split?
Yes. Look at it. Ooh, that's the amount of flexibility. 2 takedown, red.
I would assume that
lots of
being
feedback
a wrestler,
coming in from the crowd there.
I assume being a wrestler, you need to have some flexibility.
Oh yes, without a doubt.
Because if somebody tries to put you in a split, you could really get hurt.
Ooh, tried to. Ooh.
Oh, and that's what happens when you try to get fancy.
Tried to be fancy, it did not work out.
He just tried to jump over him, and Christian was like, nope, no, I'm not letting that happen.
Not today. He said, no, 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 not in my house.
He just closed the door on him. And I think that probably got some points, if I had to guess.
Yes, yes,
okay.
Definitely. All right, so there we go. So the winner of that was Christian Balagso, 7-2.
Well, there we go. That was definitely entertaining.
Riverhawks, Grant Brandon.
So next up, weight class 141 for the Lakers, Brandon Gibson and Grant Lablin from Umpqua.
And we again are jumping up by like another 8 pounds, roughly.
Yes.
Is that what the weight classes jump? But it seems like when we go further down, we go from like 197 to almost 300.
Yes, so usually there's a 235 weight class. I'm not quite sure, honestly, why that is an option. However, so 2 takedown red there.
Right out.
Yes, he did. So trying to go stuck him back there, not quite working, looking a little high there.
It looks like he was trying to get him in some kind of like half Nelson, full Nelson kind of lock where he puts the
full
shoulders
Nelsons
behind him.
are illegal.
Oh, they are?
They are.
Well, that is something I did not know.
Now you do.
Now, why would they make a full Nelson illegal and not a half Nelson?
Because a half Nelson, you're still able. Have you ever been put in a full Nelson, Jeff?
No.
Would you
I
like
have
to
not.
be too experienced?
No, I'm good. I would not like to be put
Okay.
in one of
And
those.
full-
I'm assuming it's like they got your hands on your neck
Yes.
and you're basically like
You can't do anything.
You're a Y at that point, and you could
Basically.
probably get hurt.
Yes. It's very prone for
I'm
injury.
gonna go with dislocations.
Yes. And you can't really do anything. It's really, I don't think you can really get out of it unless you're super strong to flex in to get out of that.
Yeah, you have to have some strong pecs to be able to do that,
Yes.
but
Half Nelsons, however, are legal because you are still able to do things in defense of that. All right.
and woo. Just the tackle going right there. So now it looked like they started low, but it wasn't the beginning of the round. So it was just like a reset at that
Yes,
point.
because they went out of bounds in that position, so they restart in that position.
Now, would he get escape points for getting out of this one?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to get into some kind of spider lock here. I'm just making stuff up, folks.
Yes. So what he's doing is leg riding, so tying up his legs and his arms in order to try to turn him to get that fall.
Okay. Now, could he just put him in a submission hold and make him tap out?
No, tapping out is not an option here in traditional wrestling unless you're like really, really, really choking.
So you can't really just be like, I'm in an arm bar, I give up, tap, tap,
Basically.
I'm done.
Not an option.
It's got to be more like, I can't go on, I'm going to die,
Yes.
I give up.
So if you're hurting and for whatever reason the ref isn't calling it, maybe the ref didn't notice, maybe he's just not calling it, you can just be like, hey, like, I need to stop.
Because it looks like there's a lot of shoulders going on here.
All right, so we have a loose-looking chicken wing up here. Now it's just a bar arm.
Wait, a chicken wing?
Yes.
Like
now that's
like
a half
the
Nelson.
food, the chicken wing.
Yes, like the food, the chicken wing.
Now, what kind of
All right.
sauce would
so
you put
there
on
we
that
see
chicken?
4 near fall
4?
points.
Oh, so he almost had him flipped over.
Yes. I believe if he counts more than 3 seconds on the back, then it's 4 points. And then if it's 3 seconds, 3 points near fall. So green. Green defers to red. Red chooses bottom.
Now, I heard about this thing's riding time, like being on top of it for like 3-4 seconds. Is that like, I don't know, is this like a rodeo where you got to last 8 seconds on the bull and you get points for it?
If I'm being quite honest, I'm not too certain about riding time. I don't recall ever that being used while I was wrestling folk style. But I'm pretty certain that if you have more than a minute of riding time at the end of the match, you do get a point, the person who had that riding time.
Oh. And it looks like that was a weird lock to be put into, and it looked like, how is he that flexible?
I don't know. I am not that flexible. I'm concerned.
There's like one leg behind him and in front of him, but they're both locked down.
Yep, so he's going to twist him that way.
Oh.
Not quite, the shoulders aren't quite there though for that. Oof. He's sort of twisted over there. That's very concerning,
give me
actually,
some
for
cheese.
his back.
He is a pretzel right now.
Yes, that's one way to put it, definitely. All right, so let that go, thankfully. I was getting worried about that back there. So
that could have hurt.
Yeah, there he is tying that
sure
leg
it actually hurt.
I think he's going for it again. No, not quite.
I am assuming these guys do lots of stretching in order to be this flexible.
Yes, definitely. If you do not stretch in wrestling, you're getting pulled all types of places, all types of directions. You're going to get injured if you don't stretch.
I would make a wild assumption that, yes, that is the case. Oh, time to turn it around and...
yeah, not quite a reversal there
I think
because...
he got shut down.
Yes, you need to be on top and have your head up, and it also depends on your leg position.
Now, I'm going to make a wild assumption that chokeholds are not allowed at all.
Contrary to proper rules, depending on how you're holding it. If it's just the neck, no. If you have the neck and an arm, that could be plausible.
So you could put him in a sleeper hold if you wanted to.
I believe so.
Sleeper hold.
You could. All right, beginning around 3. SWOCC chooses bottom. Again, this is Brandon Gibson from SWOCC and Grant Lavelin from Umpqua. Are we going to get that escape point here? Almost there, but not quite.
Referee seems to be putting up his hand every once in a while.
Oof, holding a stalling caution there. Let's see if it goes into play.
Oh man, they are twisted all around there.
Yeah, they are.
That does not look pleasant.
So what's happening here is Grant here is trying to shoot for a double. Brandon was trying to find a way to get him off his legs. Didn't quite work.
It looks like he almost did.
Brandon here is sprawled out, trying to fight the arms off there.
And he pries his arm off.
Let's see here. Is he going to use it?
Now, I'm going to make a wild assumption that there was like an escape at some point there. Maybe? Because it looked like they started at the bottom again.
Yes. Honestly, I forgot what happened.
That's okay. I'm confused
This is just so confusing. All right, here we go. Starting neutral because called stalemate. No one was benefiting from that position. No action was progressing from there. Ref called stalemate. They're starting neutral.
I was assuming that was the case because it didn't seem like anybody was budging at all.
Yes.
And with nobody budging,
Nobody's winning.
yeah. Referee's saying, hang on a second.
All right, they're resetting the riding time there. Here we go, back to the action, hopefully. Oh, Brandon goes for a shot. Can he land it? Running it, running it. Not quite there, not quite there.
Almost. And
2 takedown red.
down.
Oh, trying to get a Granby out of there, not quite working out.
Maybe riding time. I'm going to take a guess. And if anybody on stream knows what riding time is, maybe it's the amount of time you are the person holding the lock or something.
All right. Brandon Gibson
Takes
from
the
SWOCC,
W.
9-0.
So I'm learning all kinds of new things today.
Next from SWOCC at 149 is AJ Lira, and from Umpqua, Sawyer Meyer.
So again, we're just jumping up a little bit more in weight class.
Yes.
Now it looks like we've got a little bit of a different style as they go up. Brandon had his own style that he was doing.
Yeah.
So it seems like each wrestler brings their own individual flair.
Yeah, folk style is definitely very versatile. Nothing against freestyle, it's just folk style is where my heart is.
That's understandable. And you know, tables, ladders, and chairs is where my heart is.
I understand, I understand.
To me, it's more like a wrestling soap opera.
That's one way to put it. That's one way to put it. Dramatization.
Yep. And
lots
plus,
of
you know,
tying up
there's
here.
belts involved. Who doesn't like being the champion with a belt?
I suppose you're right. I suppose you're right.
Seems like the crowd gets really into it, and then they get really quiet. There's not like
It's all the
extra
tension.
cheering.
Everyone wants to see what's happening, what's going to happen next.
So much tension you could cut it with a butter knife.
Oof, a butter knife? A butter knife's are dull.
Well, yeah, but the tension is just that thick.
All right, still going here.
But it's not too thick that you need like a sharp knife for
Oh,
it.
okay, I understand, I understand. What kind of material is it? Like rubber? Like a rubber band?
Well, I think it's not as thick as a rubber band. It's like warm butter. So you can
Okay,
just
the
cut
butter.
it. Yeah,
Okay,
the butter
the
is.
butter.
Yeah, that's
All
the
right.
tension. So it looks like when he was trying to go for the pickup or the lift, he put his leg between his legs to stop it.
That's a 2 takedown for AJ, for SWOCC. He was trying to take a shot and lift with it as well.
Ah, okay.
Some discussion from the refs about that call. Sticking with the call.
And then they have to go back into the down position.
Yes. Because that's the position
And
they were in.
now he could get an escape point from this.
Yes.
It looked like he tried to just stand up real fast from it.
Yes, you can do that. You can do common ways to get out of the bottom position, which they call the base. Stand up, get the arms off you, you're out. You can do a switch with some fancy movements. You get around the back, and now you're on top and they're on bottom.
The switch, not like the game console.
Definitely not quite.
Okay. Learning new things every day.
Yeah,
here.
I can see where it gets confused.
Yeah, it's understandable. I'm like a gamer at heart, not a wrestler.
Yeah, I understand. Oof. Can't relate there.
No,
Wrestling's my life.
that's understandable. Everybody's got their own things in life that make them great. Wrestling seems to be what these guys love to do. Gaming is one thing I like to do.
Pretty good at it too. We have yet to lose a match yet for the men here.
Oh, looks like he's keeping him down.
There we go. No escape yet, no escape yet. There we go, escape point for green.
And now it's just like, let's go ham.
Yes. Like Thanksgiving ham?
Well, I'm more of a turkey person myself when it comes to Thanksgiving. I'm more of a ham when it comes to Christmas time.
I am as well. I'm definitely
And
more
it's
of
got to
turkey
be a
person.
good honey glazed ham.
Honey glaze, yeah, no other way.
Yeah, it's just delicious.
If anyone else has any other suggestions, please let me know. I'm definitely open to try.
Especially desserts.
All right, there's the end of round one.
Who does
Green
not
calls.
like good dessert?
Green defers.
It seems like everybody likes to defer.
Yes, red is bottom. You always want to try to get as many points as possible, but letting the other person choose first, you get to see their strategies first.
Ah, okay.
So AJ here has the opportunity to get an escape point, and Sawyer's goal is to keep him down.
So I've just been informed that we're going to have one additional exhibition match after all of the men are done. It's going to be a women's exhibition match.
Oh, wow. Back
So,
to the ladies.
It's going to start with the ladies, you end with the ladies.
There's no other way.
No, everybody knows the ladies are the best. Well, I mean, I guess some people can differ in that opinion.
Well, there's a reason they say who run the world.
That's true. According to Beyonce, it is girls.
Yes. All right, so that's 2 takedown for AJ after that escape there. Excuse me.
And it looks like he's trying a strategy of like pushing on the back of his arm or like trying to chop it
Yes.
forward one way.
So by trying to chop it, it's keeping him down, unable to stand up, not get any escape points on his end.
That is a prank I would do with my friends with their knees when we were walking
Yeah,
when
you
I
just
was
kick
younger.
the back of them.
Just kick the back and they just fall down.
Oh, I still do that.
Well, see, I don't do that part anymore. I just do the, hey, you got something on your shirt.
All right, we
Whoa.
got 2 reversal for Umpqua there.
He just
Sawyer
like
Myers.
he just like ninja'd out of that.
Yeah, he did.
It looks like he's kind of in a child's pose right now.
Almost there, yeah, just about. Trying to get that good stretch in, you know.
Yep,
Flexibility stretching like we've discussed.
exactly.
All right,
Ooh, and
listen
head
here, trying to
first
get a
back into the
reversal
mat.
there. AJ almost got the reversal. There we go.
Oh,
Is he going to get that fall? Not quite, slipping out.
that's a
2
reversal.
reversal. And that's the end of round 1. Excuse me, round 2. Going into round 3, green
And-
chooses bottom.
And I've got to assume, again, I make a lot of assumptions here.
That's fine.
They are probably really tired.
Yes. Completely gassed, no breaks. 2-minute, 3 2-minute periods straight, no breaks.
And you are exerting yourself at your fullest. So I don't know if you've tried sprinting and then sprinting again and then sprinting a 3rd time, but I'm sure that's what these guys feel like right now.
Oh, yes.
But
Definitely
just
a lot of exertion
All
of energy.
over their body.
See here.
So it looks like we've got,
AJ trying to get that arm there.
I was guessing a half Nelson, but I know I'd be wrong.
No, half Nelson goes under your arm and around the neck. That is what we call a bar arm. Some people call it half a chicken wing.
I do like chicken wings, though.
I do too, not quite this kind,
No,
but
it needs to have garlic Parmesan sauce.
sauce. I've only had garlic Parmesan. It's dry rubs.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Lemon pepper is a really good dry rub for chicken.
I'm more of a traditional honey barbecue, maybe like Hawaiian.
Buffalo. Yeah.
I'm actually not a buffalo fan.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess not everybody's perfect. You know?
All right, well, he's running it. Walking towards the head, an effort to turn him over.
It seems like there's real good bursts of speed, and then there's like a struggle involved
Yes.
where they slow down.
So looks like AJ's leg keeps getting caught under Sawyer's leg here. There we go. Finally got him turned over. Are we going to get the pin here?
Ooh,
Not
referee
quite,
had
not
him
quite,
jump
not
out of the
quite.
way.
Escape for Sawyer. 4-near fall for AJ. 10 seconds left in round 3.
Referee almost got kicked in the face on that one.
Oof, that would not have been a good look.
No.
2 takedown red.
That's
And that is the end of this match.
And AJ is the winner. And now we're jumping up weight classes again, aren't we?
Next for SWOCC, we have Colton Ringen and Garrett Russell at 157.
From North Bend, Oregon, Colton Ringen.
So it looks like SWOCC just being the dominating force here today.
Yeah, it looks like it. Everyone's coming out like dynamite tonight.
It looks like they're doing some kind of back and forth,
Teetering,
just
tottering.
waiting.
Try to get some shots in there. Lots of movement.
Oof. I'm wild assumption. I'm hoping these folks are wearing athletic protectors.
They are
'cause-
not allowed to wear
Ooh.
those types of protection.
Ooh, because it looked like where Umpqua was going for the shot, he was trying to wrap, and you could accidentally catch somebody in the family jewels.
Yes, definitely a possibility. It's just,
It's
it prone
comes
to
with,
happen. It happens.
It comes with being a guy.
Yes.
And I'm sure if that happened, it's probably a disqualification if you intentionally do that.
Oh, yes, without a doubt.
And if you accidentally do that, it's probably just you're rolling on the floor in a massive amount of pain for a while.
Yes, so that's 2 takedown there for Colton. I've actually had that happen to a friend. He threw up almost instantaneously.
I would assume so, especially if you're going at force.
Yeah, it was a knee.
Ooh,
Straight to it.
That does not sound pleasant whatsoever.
No, definitely not.
I was barfing internally when I heard that.
All right, Garrett got the escape there. All right, here we go.
Now we returning to neutral. Was that just stall?
Unnecessary roughness for a rough in the face area.
Oh, so it's like a
yes.
personal foul, face mask.
Yes, that's one way to
for
put
our,
it.
For our football folks, they'll understand that.
Yeah, so then Umpqua gets the 1 point for that.
Ah, okay. So you can't just slap somebody in the face.
Unfortunately, no. This is not that type of contact sport.
Now, I notice every once in a while, the guys check to make sure their head protection is still on.
Yes.
Can it fall off?
It definitely can if it's not adjusted properly. A lot of people have it fall over their face to take down red there. Some people have chin straps, as we see there on Colton. He has a chin strap with the cup. Very common for those to come up the face if not properly adjusted.
And now I do see that both of them are wearing one knee brace.
Yes.
Are they allowed that one knee
They
brace?
are allowed.
Or is it just like they're injured?
No, they're allowed to have a knee brace. It's to help prevent mat burn on your knee.
Okay, good. Because that would hurt a
I
lot.
also noticed that their headgear are reverses of each other. Complete negatives, exactly the same headgear. One's black on white and one's white on black.
Now, do they have to bring their own headgear with them, or does the host school provide that headgear?
You are to provide your own headgear for
Ah,
yourself.
okay.
There we go, out, resetting.
Ooh, they're getting real close to the crowd there.
Yes.
All 57,000 of them could have been in trouble.
Yeah, there was lots of hand fighting going on back there too.
I'd be putting up my hands being like, nope, I don't want anything to happen to me.
All right, so that's the end of round 1. Red defers, green chooses bottom.
Yeah, he went with the no thank you motion.
Yeah, with the no thanks.
And this is where they can get the escape points.
Yes.
Ah, I'm learning.
You are learning.
I am learning.
Let's see if we'll get a mat return here.
Yeah, I just want to see a...
Coach Whitlatch telling him to let him go. Stalling points red. Give a point to green there for red stalling.
Oh. I was expecting a suplex right there.
Suplexes
woof.
in folk style are illegal.
Oh, dang it.
In freestyle, totally legal.
Oh, okay, so... can you throw them in folk style?
Yes, there are some throws you can do.
So if I had just picked him up and threw him over my head. Which I don't think that's easy. That's a
No.
suplex.
Yeah, that'd be a suplex.
So if I just picked him up and threw him to the, like the left or the right, that's not a suplex.
It's not a suplex.
Okay, so suplex is if it goes over your own body backwards.
Yes.
All right. And that's
Over your head.
I'm assuming that's illegal because you could get really injured from that.
Yes. Oh, not quite the takedown yet. 2 takedown green there.
Ooh. It's very different to see them like try to get out of these. Each person's got a different way that they want to get out.
Yes.
It looks like he's just trying to push him into the mat, making him eat it.
Yes. Looks like he's going for a half Nelson there, so his goal is to get the head down so he can get his arm around the back of the neck.
Ah, it looked like he might have been going for a sleeper hold.
No, not quite.
Because sleeper hold is going in front of the neck, and then the other arm comes up. Oh, no.
We got another crotch lift here.
And he just tried to throw him
And
out.
out they go.
That could have been dangerous if they had gone farther. They could have gone into some chairs or bleachers.
Definitely.
I would not want to see anybody go face first into bleachers.
All right, resetting here.
I'm also normally used to events where there's a halftime or the end of a period or the end of a set where you get like a 3-minute break. But it just seems like you go boom, 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 boom.
No breaks in wrestling. Going hard all the time.
Wow, no wonder wrestlers are in such good shape.
Going for another crotch lift there. Is he going to get it? Yep.
Looks like he just sat down on it that time.
Yes, he did. End of round 2 here.
And Umpqua is leading this one.
Red chooses bottom.
So I assume there's probably a lot of strategy involved.
Yes. So since we're in a point deficit, the goal is to try to get more points. Going on bottom, getting an escape, that's a way to get more points.
So that's probably why they chose to go down, so he could get escape points as well as takedown points.
Yes. Once you're up for an escape, you have an opportunity to get takedowns.
And he's not, I was say, this does, well,
Escape
it's an
when
escape.
One of my biggest pet peeves in wrestling is when someone gets an escape, they tend to stand straight up, leaving your legs completely open to the opponent. However, not once have I ever seen anyone take advantage of it.
It looked like, yeah, it didn't look like he punished him for that one.
No.
If this were gaming, that would be called a punish.
Yes.
So somebody does something that it seems really obvious you shouldn't do. You just get punished for it by getting hit or shot or whatever it is in gaming.
Very aggressive, but sounds worthy. So
Typically,
now,
you see it in fighting games.
Yeah. So now we're in 7-5, Umpqua.
So if he gets a takedown here, it would be a
Ties
tie.
it. Oof, not anymore.
Well,
9-5, Umpqua.
I got a feeling that Umpqua is going to take this one.
There's still
There's still an opportunity, though. Like, if he escapes and, like, pins him, would that be 4 points?
Yes. Well, if he pins him, he wins.
It's game.
Yes.
How does he get 4 points? Because I know there's 2. Could he get 4 points somehow?
From a near fall.
All right, let's get a near fall, and then we tie it up.
Doesn't look like it. Hopefully, if he gets a reversal here on the near fall, it'll definitely happen.
But if he gets a reversal, he gets points.
Yes, reversal 2 points, so that'd be 9-7, and then he could get a near fall.
Oh, that
Either
looks
3
like
or
it
4.
hurt.
And be
I'm
up.
not entirely sure he's going to get that one this time around.
Yes.
It's still really good, though. And we're going back into child's pose. Seated.
So now, all right, there we go.
Oh, that's
just got to get the head out of there. All right, now we're neutral. One escape, red. If you just get the shot. If you just get the shot. There's
All
time.
he needs is a shot?
Time for a shot, yeah. And then where was the escape point on that? I'm confused.
No, two.
Not for us, though. That's the end of round 3.
Well, there we go.
Umpqua takes this one. That's Garrett Russell here. Next up, weight class 165 for Southwestern Oregon Community College, Ryan Beck. And for Umpqua, Braden Wright.
Now we're jumping up as we keep going. I've seen more like big lifts and throws
Yes,
happening.
definitely.
Now it looks like Garrett's got some reach, maybe a height advantage on this one.
Looking like it. We have Ryan Beck for SWOCC and Braden Wright for Umpqua. Beck for the shot. Is he going to get it? Hook that leg. All he has to do is get in that position and drive. Not quite there.
It does look like Beck, they're both, I could say Beck is definitely taller,
Yes.
but they both seem to hunch down. So height might play an advantage if you've got wingspan.
Yes, it just kind of depends. 2 takedown green there. So naturally in wrestling position, you want to get low, stay low.
I would
in
assume so.
Depending on your skill level, height might not even be a difference to you. It might not even matter.
Yeah, I think I'm hearing.
Are we going to get the escape here?
Oh,
Escape
there
for
we go.
Beck right there.
Yep, he's out of it.
I thought I just heard something.
Wright takes a shot.
I mean, hopefully they're not throwing away that shot.
No,
No.
didn't work in his favor.
Ooh.
Beck took a shot, didn't quite land it. I
Stand
feel like
right back up.
his length definitely helped him right there.
I think it does. But you gotta think, if the length play, that's probably why he's hunching over,
Yes.
is to help prevent the height
2
advantage.
takedown green right there again. It's just also, you want to stay low with your arms in position. That way you don't leave your legs open. Escape red.
So just
Shot
racking
there.
up the points little
If he
by
runs
little.
his feet, he can get it. Trying to get his head undone there. No points there.
It looks like they've got some kind of hand lock going on.
Yep, wrist control action going on there. Beck getting heavy on the head.
And it seems like some people might try to come in with a reversal if you've got weight going one way, and to make people essentially pull the chair out from under somebody.
No chairs are being thrown at anyone.
Well, I know no chair is being thrown at anybody, but if you're putting your weight behind something and then somebody suddenly takes that away and you're still going forward, you could go down.
Yes, momentum. Insert something related to physics here.
Probably. I am no scientist by any stretch of the imagination.
Green takes bottom here. Red covers.
And he's just trying to get out and pins him down. Not actually a pin.
Yes, not actually a pin.
I gotta figure this out. You know, he's not actually pinning him down, but he's got him pinned down, so he can't go anywhere.
All right, let's hope that he brings him back in. Oops, foot's out, we're out. Resetting.
I always just hope for a suplex, even though I know that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's always nice to see one. So even though they were standing, they are resetting because there was no escape point yet. So they're tied up here, going for a crackdown, shot. If drives his feet, he can get it. Drives his feet. Coming around. Got to get his head up to get those points. There we go. 2 takedown for Beck here. Looks to me like Braden's trying to slowly inch out so they can reset.
I would hope so. It looks like he's just trying to wiggle his way out of there.
Yes. Once
one might
all
say.
the feet are out, they reset. So Beck still got his foot in. And now they're out.
And this match this is a very even match.
Yeah, we're actually pretty close. 5-4 Umpqua right now, but definitely going back and forth consistently.
Oh my goodness.
Very hard mat return there from Beck.
He tried to escape and he was just like, nope, you're going back down, my friend.
I believe this is what you might have called, Jeff, punishment?
Yes.
Yes.
That was definitely a punish.
Yes.
I felt that all the way over here.
Yes, I felt it through my core.
I also felt it in my face.
Yes, looked like Beck's trying to get a cradle.
There's no points for that huge, like...
No, because they started in that position, top, bottom.
Right.
And they stood up, no escape points, and returned them that way.
I mean, the imaginary points that I always make up. There's definitely points there.
Yes. In that case, yes. So that's the end of round 2 there.
Woo.
Red chooses bottom. An
Trying
effort
to
to
get
get
those
points.
points.
Yep. You are learning, Jeff.
I am. It takes some time.
Wow, I'm so proud. Green covers. You can definitely hear the crowd getting into this
and
one.
just like that.
Escape
he's
point
out.
there.
That was almost too easy.
Almost too easy. Gosh. Now we just need to get at least a shot to catch up here. This is the last round, so we got to get as much points as possible.
And this is where, if he had gotten that like big return to the mat, might have been some points.
Well,
maybe.
If it's a mat return, there would be no points. Because mat returns happen when you top, bottom, you stand up. No escape point yet, you return them.
But now if we decided to put him on the mat, that might be points.
Yes.
Okay. I just tell him to return to the mat because, you know, they started down there. We're going to put him back on it.
Yeah, get him back there.
Rather than put him in the dirt, which is a little extreme, it's put him in the mat.
Yes, so just over a minute now. Hopefully Beck can get some points here. Yeah, and if Beck were to get some riding time in addition to that, he would get an additional point at the end of this match.
Which would then make what happens if you draw?
Excuse me?
What happens if you draw?
If you get a tie? Oof, then that means overtime, Jeff.
Oh, snap.
All right, we're getting that shot there. He's got to run his feet, get his head up.
And he's rolling.
Takedown for Beck there. Crowd is roaring here. I have to speak up quite a bit.
I mean, it's essentially like we just scored a goal.
Yes.
Or got a 3 or dunked on somebody.
Riding time has been granted there, so he's going to get that point. The score now is currently 7-6 SWOCC.
Okay.
The crowd is very into it. Escape one, Umpqua. Now we are tied. There are 14 seconds. If there are no points, we are going into overtime.
Oh, snap.
No.
It looks like he's watching.
Because of riding time, Beck will get the win here.
Because it looked like he was watching the timer.
Oh, 2 points takedown were designated to green.
I didn't see why.
So Beck did not win that one.
Yeah, looks like the refs are going to have some words here.
The coaches are getting a little tense here, having a discussion with the refs. Trying to vouch for his wrestlers here. The crowd's even yelling too.
And just like that, boom, done. On to the next. Real close. So moving up to what's our next weight class here?
All right.
174? 174.
Yes. Heading to 174, Adrian Rodriguez for SWOCC and Jesse Ramirez for Umpqua.
That was a really intense last match.
Almost like camping.
Yeah, I know. I just keep walking into that one.
Yes, you do.
I got to come up with another word other than intense.
Yes.
Oof.
All right, there was a shot, but there were no points designated. Back in standing here.
I'm still trying to figure out what happened at the end of that last one. No idea, but we move on.
We move on. The past is in the past.
Yep, you
Rodriguez
can't
going
let
for
the
a shot.
past
His head's
hold you
caught.
back.
This looks like a pretty even matchup. Rodriguez has a little bit of a height advantage.
That could be. Looks
Trying
like
to go for an inside trip there.
seems like they're always going for the head too.
Yes. So if your opponent's head's down, they can't see what's coming. There's also if you pull the head down and not necessarily let it go, but the opponent will pop up.
And then you just push
It's-
them, and they fall
You go
over.
for a shot.
Oh, because then their momentum is back. Their
Yes.
legs might be forward.
Yes. And they're caught off
That
guard.
is strategy. That is strategy right there.
It is.
Pushed them down. They could go for it though. They could go for their own shot if
Yeah,
you're
there we
not
go. Inside
expecting
trip.
it.
Oof.
Seems like there's a lot more strategic thinking going on,
Yes.
other than just get him in the leg, throw him down.
Yeah, they're looking to the heavier weights now, looking to tie up, throw. In this case, Jesse Ramirez is looking to get an inside trip here. He's attempted it 3 times already.
Now, I'm going to make a wild assumption that, let's say, score holds, but team points could be earned a lot faster. So there's no, like, I can just take it easy for these last 2 matches.
Oh, no. Well, it kind of depends.
'Cause
Depending on how you win your...
It's like, how many team points can somebody theoretically get in a match? Like,
6.
maximum 6. So
I believe.
So within the last couple of it's still not over by any stretch of the imagination. Let's say Umpqua gets 2 absolute knockouts, 12 points. That puts him at 18-14. So it's still anybody's match.
Yes, definitely. We do have 3 more matches after this one. Classes 184, 197, and 285.
So that's quite a bit to still go for.
Oh, yes.
A lot of points up for grabs.
Oh, yes, definitely.
So unless it was an absolute shutdown, there is possibilities that Umpqua can still come and win.
Without a doubt.
Okay, so you can't, that's why I like some sports and not others, where in football, you can just take a knee and be like, whoop, done,
Yeah,
run
yeah,
out the
this is good for
clock.
now.
Unlike baseball or volleyball, where you can't. You got to keep going until the very end.
All right.
And it seems like I'm going to add wrestling to that, where you got to keep going to the very end.
Yes.
You can't take it easy.
Definitely, without a doubt, you cannot take it easy. You got to keep driving forward, literally and figuratively, throughout the entire match. So here we have beginning of round 2. Lots of movement action. Mat return there.
He's just saying, stay down.
Yep. You tried to get up. You're coming back down.
Now it looks like he's driving his shoulder into his back.
Yes. So a lot of shoulder pressure, especially into the back, if you were to feel it, if you were to have it happen to you, you would definitely feel that pain.
I would assume it'd be like something of a bear sitting on my shoulder.
That's one way to put it, definitely for sure.
Well, especially if there's like
Mat return
180
again
to
there.
200 pounds of person
Yes.
pushing to try to keep you down.
Yeah. Now
You're going to feel that.
remind you, when they weigh in, they have to weigh, in this case, weight class 174, you have to
Right.
weigh at least
174.
173.9.
0.9, yes.
Yes. And mind you, after weigh-ins, they've eaten. Odds are they've eaten. So now they weigh more than 173.9.
Well, I hope they would eat. It'd probably be bad to go into a wrestling match hungry.
I'm just saying, for the sake of the weight.
Yes,
Yeah.
for the, yes, for the,
All right. Are you sure being hangry would be a better option? You could be a
Well,
little bit more aggressive that
that's
way,
being
a little itchy.
that's being hangry, not just hungry. That's hangry. Being hungry and angry at the same time.
In the middle of a hangry match, hopefully no one pulls
Well,
out
if you gotta
Snickers.
think-
You're not you when you're hungry.
Yeah. I always think of it like,
All right,
your
Rodriguez
person,
got a cradle here. Is it going to work?
Is he got to lock it in?
He has an arm lock right now called the cradle. Hopefully he'll definitely get the near fall points, whether he'll get the fall. There we go.
That's game. GG.
Yep.
GG, for those of you who don't know, is a gaming term. Just as good game. So it's just on a keyboard, just type GG, means good game. But my more favorite one is GLHF, which is good luck, have fun.
Yes. So in this next round, it's 184 for SWOCC, Quinn Simmerd, and for Umpqua, Taylor Davis.
Quinn actually lives right above me.
Does he?
Yeah, he's one of the wrestlers that lives up there.
Directly above you, or just
directly above me?
Does he stomp a lot?
I was gonna say they are not gentle on their walking.
All right, Mom, if you hear this,
they walk heavy.
Mom, please tell Quinn to walk a little bit lighter.
No, it's fine. Their living room is right above my bedroom.
Ah, okay.
So they just walk heavily.
Okay.
It's understandable though, because they have to be heavy here. They can't be light on their feet.
Yes,
here.
and you do have a lot of the heavier wrestlers in that apartment above you.
It's true, but you know, they behave themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So if any parents are watching on stream being like, I wonder if my wrestlers are behaving themselves, the answer is yes. They are at least above me. They are.
At least above Jeff.
But we are again jumping up. We're at what, 184 now?
Yes.
We're getting close to how much I weigh.
Yes. So from perspective, looking at them, they look like a good matchup.
It's true.
Pretty even. No points for either team yet.
It looks like Quinn has a bigger, like a broader shoulder set.
Yes, I was observing that as well. I wonder if that would.
That will probably
be any advantage, or
I'm
be
guessing
less
it's
of
going to
more
be an
disadvantage?
advantage because if you've got a broader shoulder set, you've got more to push on somebody.
That's true.
Though it could be a disadvantage because you get a bigger fulcrum to be able to push somebody over.
Yes.
Science terms there, fulcrum.
Ooh. Okay, so for normal people who speak regular English, what is a fulcrum?
That is a pivot point.
Ah, okay. There we go, circling in to stay in the circle.
So they're able to pivot them over easier because they're a wider person.
Looking for some action here.
The intensity of this match, though. Whoop! There, we had it slip.
Almost had some points there.
And
what we saw was a slide by initiated by Taylor Davis. That was him aggressively throwing the tie up so that way he could get around. Not successful enough to get the points. They stood back up and are tied up again. All right, let's see here.
Well, and I'm noticing Quinn normally wears glasses.
Quinn does normally wear glasses. So
and probably not a good idea to wear any kind of spectacles.
Oh, no.
During wrestling, because it'll probably hurt.
Yes, definitely hurt.
Quinn going for a
trip.
trip.
Trip there.
But hopefully he's just nearsighted, so that way he can still see what's going on. Hopefully he's not wrestling a blur right now.
It looks like he's squinting.
Oh man, he must be wrestling a blur. But hey, you see a green blur, you can work with that.
That's true. As long as you have a general definition of the blur.
Maybe he should get some contacts just for wrestling.
1-800 contacts. All right, end of round one. No points for either team yet. Red choice. Red chooses bottom.
Ooh, red actually picking.
Yes. Well, we were deferred.
Oh, we were deferred. Oh, never mind. Forget what I just said.
Nah.
I thought he was actually picking.
All right, here we go. Opportunity to get some points here for either. All right, 1 point for escape.
Pulled a Houdini and just escaped. And now he can get some takedown points.
All right, they're fighting for good position there. Side by again.
And it doesn't look like they're wearing regular shoes either.
No.
Are there special wrestling shoes
or
socks?
There are special wrestling shoes. The material on the bottom of the shoe is different for grip on the mat.
I was assuming it would have extra grip because it looks kind of like socks, and socks are probably not the best thing to wear when you're trying to push somebody somewhere.
Definitely not. So no points there. Pushed out. Let's reset. a minute and almost a full minute into the second round, and no points have been. Oh, excuse me. We only have the one escape point for SWOCC.
And they're just resetting. They're not making them get back down.
No, because they were in the standing up position.
Ah, okay. Learning every day.
Yes.
I assume it's also illegal to poke somebody in the eye.
Yes.
That looked like it came very close to getting poked in the eye.
I've had an instant in a match where I tried to go to wrap around, grab my arm around someone's neck. Actually, we got Quinn over here. Is he going to get that pin?
Oh.
And there it is. There's the dub.
And there you
All
go,
right.
just like that. That was a rough one right there. They were really evenly matched. That's what happens.
Yes.
You get that slight advantage, and boom, it's over.
Quinn walking off the mat with his "I just took care of business" face.
I know, and now let's hope that Wyatt Westfall can do the same against Braden Schultz.
Yep, here at 197.
But now, yeah, we're getting up to the 200-pounders.
Yeah, we're almost to the end
Almost
of the night.
200 pounds,
Almost.
just under,
Al-
just under.
Just slightly.
But it's again, you get a slight advantage, and that can just be it, and it's over.
Exactly.
So that was a great last match put on by Taylor Davis there. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Heck no, that was a really good matchup. So here we have everyone fighting for head control, trying to keep the head down.
It's like head and shoulders, not just shampoo.
What about the knees and toes?
No, I don't think you want to go for knees and toes just yet. You got to start with head, shoulders, and then you move to knees and toes.
There's a reason it's in that
Knees
order.
and toes.
Yep. Anyways, back to my really gross story.
But what you want to avoid is the eyes, ears, mouth, and nose.
Back to my really gross story.
I know.
I went to wrap around someone's neck. They move their head. My hand goes into their mouth, and they bite my finger. It starts bleeding. Oof,
Whoa.
a really aggressive push out there by
That
Wyatt
is,
Westfall. That's a little concerning.
Say biting on the fingers. That is.
Ref giving him a quick word, hoping to avoid him a unnecessary roughness call in the future.
So after she bit you on the fingers and you started to bleed.
It was a boy, actually.
It was okay. Victoria throwing down.
Yeah.
I assume that meant, wait, it was a match you were wrestling.
Yes.
I assume that means it was like, hang on, match over.
No.
No? You
No,
just kept,
I just-
you
I
had to
didn't-
wrestle while bleeding?
I didn't notice it was blink till I was done.
Oh, well, okay. Obviously, the refs didn't notice either.
No, it was pretty gnarly, though. It was
That would be
pretty gnarly.
awful.
Like, full canine just went.
I would also have to assume that you probably needed to get a shot because the human mouth, that's got lots of bacteria in there.
Oh, yeah, that was gnarly. I definitely washed that out so well.
A lot of people don't recognize that, just because you get an animal bite, that's when you got to get a tetanus shot. But you want to do the same thing for human bites. Oh, wait, that's for
Aren't you
rabies.
thinking rabies?
That's for rabies.
Yeah.
I think it's like mellow rabies, but
All
you
right,
want
Westfall trying
to
to look
get
for a shot
like you want to get like that checked
there. Yeah.
if you get bit. So see, this is why I don't do wrestling. I don't know it very well, and
An olden knife that he stabbed me with.
it's a very even match here.
So far, no points.
By a raccoon.
35 seconds left in this first round.
But again, no points could turn into a pinfall.
Good. Anything's possible, really. I mean,
Probably say that
nothing's
out of
happened.
self-power.
Oof.
But with only now, I think at this point, with only a possible 12 points that Umpqua can get, that means SWOCC wins in
Yes.
team points.
We do only have 2 matches left, so
'Cause
including this one.
that means that Umpqua can only get 12 points, which would put them at 18.
Yep.
And SWOCC has 26. So I'm going to believe, yes, as you whispered it, SWOCC taking the dub.
I was trying to be nice about it.
It's okay. So either way, it's going to be a great match to watch these last few.
All right.
Because I'm assuming standings in like the Nationals are off of team points.
Yes.
At least that plays a huge factor.
Yes, definitely.
So it doesn't necessarily mean, SWOCC might walk away with the W, but if Umpqua like dominates all of their other things, they can still move up in the standings.
That's true. All right, so we had this round starting with our Wyatt Westfall on the bottom. He escaped. He escaped with one escape point there.
There we go. SWOCC taking some points.
And now we're back standing up here. The guys fighting to try to get an advantage. Oof.
And they're moving
Ooh,
out of
into
bounds.
the-
Oh,
oof.
almost into the stands.
Almost into the stands, running into someone almost, and Braden just said, no thank you.
Ref just having some words maybe, saying, hey, you almost threw him into the stands, boy.
Yeah,
Don't do that.
there's a high level of aggression in this match.
I'd assume it's a high level of aggression because
All
you've
right,
got
Westfall
to do
has a
stuff.
single shot here. Westfall with the takedown.
Nope.
2 points there.
Nope. He's just gonna. I thought he was gonna go for an ankle lock.
No.
Even though it's not a thing unless you're in professional wrestling.
I wonder, is that really a thing?
It is.
I've never heard
it's
that in my
actually
life.
a thing. You have him on the ground, then you grab him by the ankle, and then you twist the ankle to make him submit.
Just makes me think of like a ball and chain.
Basically. They might do the same thing in like MMA because it actually hurts when you're in that lock.
Yeah, not just anything with my ankle sounds
It's
pretty
essentially
painful.
they take your ankle and they're trying to turn it around. So
So,
1 foot still in bounds, trying to inch out.
and there we go, resetting. So Green's going to be on bottom since they were outside of the ring on that bottom.
So now they can get escape points for this.
Yes, I mean they still could have gotten escape points being down there.
Well, yeah, but now they can get an escape point here because of the restart.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing part of a starfish here. Looks like
Yes.
he's making a pillow with his hands, like a hand pillow.
Yes.
Is
See-
that a strategy?
No, that is not to his
Oh,
advantage
okay.
there. Braden's advantage now. As opposed to freestyle wrestling, folk style, you want to get up.
Okay.
Here we are, end of round 2. Current score 3-0 SWOCC. Green chooses neutral.
Is that what? He made the up motion.
Yes.
So now no escape points can be given during
No.
this first bit.
No. Even playing field, anyone can get points right now, takedown points. Wyatt got a ankle there, single there.
Looks like he forcefully tried to kick out of that one.
Yes, and that's legal. You're allowed to kick out.
And if you accidentally kick somebody in the face,
Then that's just what happens. There you go with the ankle again, getting the takedown points.
and it makes it
We
out
saw
of
Braden
bounds.
trying to crawl out of that really quickly, but Wyatt said, no, 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 not today, and got those points. Now we're up to 5-0, SWOCC.
And they're going down
Yes, because
because that's the position he was in.
yes, when they exited.
Okay, there we go. I knew it. I'm getting it.
Yes, slowly
Just
catching up.
as we get to the end of it all, I understand it. I start to understand.
That's okay. This is actually our only home duel for the entire season.
Yep, the only time you're going to get SWOCC Wrestling on stream here with SWOCC Media Productions. Looks like he's just trying to hold him down, get him into some kind of...
Yep, trying to get that bar arm right there.
Wait, it's not an arm bar, it's a bar arm?
Yes, because an arm bar, as you know in MMA, you get the arm
hold
between your
him by the
legs
chest
and
then
you,
you
yes,
lean backwards
you lean back.
and
Where-
try to dislocate the
Whereas
shoulder.
when you get
A bar
arm is when you hook the arm behind the other person's back.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like the police where they get you in that hold and they're like, put your hands behind your back.
See, I don't
Take
know
'em
what that's
down?
like, Jeff.
Neither do I. I'm just making an assumption based off of movies and the show Cops that I watched when I was younger.
For sure.
And, that one time I was thrown out of a bar.
All right, Westfall's working
That one
for a
didn't
half
happen.
there.
It's not on the record.
So there's no pictures or video evidence,
Ooh,
so
works
it
for a
didn't
cradle,
actually
escape
happen.
point there for Umpqua. Braden getting his first point for this match.
There we go, getting those points.
All right, Westfall again with the sweep single. 2 takedown there because his feet are still in the circle.
That looks like it hurt.
Yes, that did sound like it hurt.
And he just went like a tree.
Yep.
Somebody yelled timber, because that was a tree coming down.
Yeah, almost 200 pounds coming down there, Jeff. Starting neutral here.
And not much, they just got to go.
Caution red.
Why the caution?
I assume false start.
Oh, maybe he went early.
Yes.
That would warrant a caution if he went early.
All right. That's the end. There's some good sportsmanship and camaraderie there. Wyatt Westfall with the win, 7-2.
But it doesn't look like he went to shake the hands of the opposing coach.
Next at 285 for SWOCC, we have Hunter Hart, and for Umpqua, Dallas O'Brien.
Looks like we got a
Malfunction there for
malfunction in the media.
for the screen.
As you can see at the top of your and bottom of your screen, there's just white boxes. That is also happening. There we go. There we go.
And we're back into
Referees
action.
just being like, hang on, we gotta wait. So now we're at top of the weight class.
Yes, now we're set for a freestyle scoreboard. Waiting for them to reset to the folk style scoreboard here.
And Hunter here is the guy who I keep asking to save me some lunch, and he keeps saying, no, I gotta make weight.
Oh, so he's trying to bulk.
Yeah, he's trying to bulk up. I see him with lots of protein on his plate. And he says he keeps weighing 235 or in the 230 range. And he's wrestling someone who's probably a lot higher than that.
Yes.
And it looks like everybody broke everything. So we got some technical issues. Please enjoy the sound of my voice talking about potentially nothing for the next little bit as we try to fix this. So tonight we were also, fun fact, streaming a geology lecture. For those of you who might want to revisit that and go watch a geology lecture, earlier this week we had our first esports tournament. Good turnout at that one. Those of you who might not know, SWOCC is participating in NACE, which I believe is the National Association of Collegiate Esports. And that will be coming like full throttle next year.
Oh, wow. Hopefully that geology lecture rocks, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're at 285, and it looks like Hunter might be outweighed on this one.
Potentially possible for sure. He does have what looks like more muscle mass, but that's not certain.
That is true. You got to think like lean muscle does weigh quite a bit. And just like actually having that much muscle is going to have an advantage probably, because it could be that you're stronger because of that.
Yes.
But just because you have more muscle doesn't mean you're the better wrestler.
That's true. Especially in heavyweight, it all comes down to skill set and your ability to wrestle. So there we go for an interesting take on a double there. He seemed to put his head in between the legs, but he still gets the two takedown points
hurt both of them.
Yeah, but he still got the points, I suppose. Never seen anything like that before. Current team score right now is 29-6 SWOCC.
Yeah, that could I would not be putting my leg in between anybody's legs to try and take him down.
So they've adjusted the team score now that I realize it. I guess they accidentally gave Umpqua scores, but now it's been adjusted accurately to 29-6.
Wow. Oh, okay. So 6 points is the most that Umpqua could get out of this match.
Yes. Unless they were to win this match, they'd get a couple additional points, but it's safe to say that the Lakers got this one.
I'm going to assume so.
All right, locking hands in folk style is actually illegal. In freestyle is totally legal because you have to turn people, but you are not allowed to lock hands in folk style.
Is that what the ref is saying when he holds the hands, that he's locking them?
Yes, so the opposite team got 1 point because
of locking hands.
Yes. The way I like to take people down instead is you grab their elbow with, I'm behind them, grab their elbow with my left hand and their wrist with my right hand and return them that way. That way you don't get the penalty. Ooh.
And we go into
there
the
we
crowd.
go. Dallas goes straight into the crowd. The female wrestlers have been attacked, unintentionally, of course.
But it looks like everybody's fine.
Water bottle down. Water bottle down. Did you see that, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, water ball's down. It's all over.
Oof. It's okay.
I guess they're going to make sure he's okay.
At least he won't be crying after spilled milk.
It's true. It's It's the spilled water that people would be crying over at this point.
Yeah, luckily they won't slip.
I do hear chocolate milk is a good thing to recover after a good workout.
Definitely is.
So hopefully these guys taking in some chocolate milk after this.
I know I will. I didn't wrestle today, but I still will. I'll celebrate
Wait,
for them.
you didn't wrestle?
No.
You still need that chocolate milk to me is also delicious.
Yeah, I'll celebrate on their behalf.
I'm guessing we're having a restart after some words.
Yeah, kind of just figuring out whether or not probably that push out was intentional. We are still in the first round. Yeah. Okay, so that escape point for Hunter there.
And there's the escape point. Trying to get the takedown. And looks like some slowing down in the match.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, moving around 200 plus pounds is no easy feat.
Definitely not.
And
You'll definitely get gassed out.
When you're trying to exert that 200 pounds on another 200 and some odd pounds, it's gonna be hard. I'd be exhausted after that.
I would too. I mean, I only pushed 170 pounds. That's pretty rough.
I mean, I have to walk around with 220 pounds, and that's exhausting sometimes, just moving it around.
All right, so we had Hunter there go for a shot. Didn't quite work out.
And it seems like the guy with the towel goes out at about 10 seconds.
Yeah, you want to be prepared. That way, once the time comes, hit 0. As accurate as possible. There we go, end of round 1. Score 3-2, Umpqua.
So if y'all watching on stream, just enjoy watching things go into space. We've got From Oregon to Orbit tomorrow, going to be streamed on SWOCC Media Productions here. I'm assuming that means that we're putting something into space.
Sorry, I totally spaced out there. Were you talking about Oregon's first satellite?
I think I was. I'm pretty sure we're talking about Oregon's first satellite. I was thinking maybe it was like a weather balloon that you'd put up there, and then it would like pop, and then you'd see where you could retrieve the Barbie doll that we put up there.
Yes. All right, another push out there. Ooh, stalling red?
Was that stalling?
Ref said so. Hunter not happy there with the ref's call, but no stalling point granted.
I wouldn't be happy either.
Oh, point granted to Umpqua there.
For arguing?
For stalling.
Oh, okay. I was thinking he like got a point for arguing.
No.
I didn't know that that was a thing.
Suddenly, wrestling turned into a debate club.
Ah.
You get the point when you win your debate. They seem to have given Umpqua 2 points there for that. Not quite sure as to why that is. Maybe that may be an error.
Looks like we're going into some kind
they
of
just
submission
fixed it.
lock.
There we go. All right, so he's trying to get him to turn around there. Not quite a bar arm.
But he's getting there. I mean, he's got a lot of weight to throw around, so it might be a little hard. Although Hunter's just got him down.
All right, now he's looking for the bar arm there, trying to get the arm up.
And now he's going to...
Not quite, arm slipped out.
He would want to try to flip him over when that happens,
yes.
right?
So what he was doing, I don't remember what it's called, but when you pull someone's hand that way, they tend to lean towards that direction, so that's what he was trying to do. Dallas standing up. Is he going to get the escape? Yes, he did. Current score 5-2, Umpqua.
With only 20 seconds left to go in this second round.
After this match, we do have one more exhibition between the women's team.
It's true.
From both sides.
I guess people just were like, hey, you want to wrestle? And they were like, yep, sure, sounds good.
Looking a little tired on both ends there.
Oh,
I think they're just stalling there to milk the clock.
It looks like they are just dead exhausted.
Yes.
Which I don't blame them. Fighting a 200-pound guy while I'm 200 pounds myself, I'd be exhausted. it's essentially like trying to push a boulder uphill.
All right, red chooses bottom there. Opportunity to get some points.
Yep, got to get those escape points. Looks like, it definitely looks like Dallas is a lot more tired.
Yes. Hunter slowly starting to, return to the mat there, sitting out. Hopefully there's, working out
trying to
Hunter's
reverse
advantage,
it.
actually. All right, reversal.
And he's just gonna take it right there.
Yep. Should be score 5-4. Umpqua still in the lead. Let's hope we can get some more points.
As he is Patrick starfishing out there a little bit.
Yeah. Minute 20 left in the last round.
And he's tap out. Tap out. He's got him in an armbar.
Trying to turn him there. He's trying to turn him there.
Oh.
There we go.
And the referee just counting.
4 points near fall in hand. Is he going to try to get the pin, or is he just going to take the points?
He's looking at the clock.
He's trying to get the pin. Oh, sucking him back there more. Oh, not quite. Oh, 4 near fall red, reversal green. And Hunter with that little single there. Still looking for a takedown points. Not quite designated.
And he's going into that downward dog pose.
Yeah, Dallas is trying to get the lift there. Hunter's got to get his head out to get those 2 points.
Everybody seems to be shouting 2.
Yeah, everyone seems to be shouting 2, but not everyone else
what do
knows
they
the rules
mean
of
by
wrestling.
2?
They want the 2 takedown points, Jeff. That's what the crowd wants.
Oh, okay.
Can't give it to the people because he's not showing that he is, what's the word?
That it happened?
In charge, basically.
Okay.
I can't think of the proper
In
word.
control?
In control, thank you.
And
That's
the
the end of the round. And we have riding time in our advantage.
And Hunter doing the swish.
Yep, so that is the end of the men's wrestling for the evening. 8-7 Hunter.
And Hunter's the one who takes that. Woo! Out of his weight class. I would say not out of his weight class, in his weight class, but I definitely think that Dallas weighed
That
a
was a
little bit
pretty
more.
intense match, actually.
Yeah. I am glad we brought plenty of camping supplies.
All right. So let's see where this exhibition is going.
I assume the exhibition is going to go into the middle of the ring.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Just an assumption. So not entirely sure who's going to be doing this exhibition. So Riverhawks taking 6 and SWOCC taking a lot more than that.
29-6 for the team score there.
So good match overall. Lots of people showing up. Lots of hands getting shaken. Good sportsmanship being shown. Nothing to be ashamed of. Those were some great quality matches. And definitely I am not one of the people that could have competed. So I cannot hold a candle to any of these guys or gals that were out here as far as wrestling skills go. But we do have an exhibition match coming up. Victoria ran over to figure out who it was.
All right, so that exhibition match will be between our Janasia Edwards against Umpqua's Laura Ikata.
Now, are they in the same weight class?
Yes, they are. One of the wrestlers, not going to specify which,
They're
has
in a weight class.
Yes, they're in the same weight class. However, there's a condition that does not allow them to wrestle in the main lineup.
Ah, okay. So,
Yeah, so Jay
Janasia,
here, Jay, commonly known as Jay as well. Jay, this is her second year here at SWOCC as a sophomore. Janasia Edwards here at 143. Excuse me, 136. And Laura Ikata for Umpqua there.
And this one, we're going back to freestyle. Not entirely sure if we've spelled those names correctly. But
All
we
right,
just
here
got
we
them,
go.
so we're doing what we can.
They look good. They look
so
good.
now we're back to freestyle wrestling.
Yes, back to
So
freestyle.
suplexes can't happen.
Suplexes can happen.
All right, I'm hoping for a suplex.
Janasia really likes to throw, so hopefully she'll throw
Ooh.
something in there.
I would love to see a suplex. That would be like icing on the cake.
Not
of
sure if there'll be a
evening.
suplex, but there will be something. Oh, Laura
And
there for a
Janae's
shot.
just like, nope.
Nope, not allowing it.
Not
Sprawl there
happening.
trying to get around to get her 2 takedown points. There they are, 2 takedown. Ref here forgot to switch out his wristbands, but that's okay.
Well, it happens sometimes. I mean, they're still the same colors.
Basically. And for freestyle, it's blue instead of green.
Oh, well, that's fine.
It's okay.
Umpqua is wearing green anyway.
They are wearing green.
As long as the ref is like, the red points are for SWOCC and the green ones are for Umpqua.
Yes.
So even though he's not blue, wearing the blue.
It's okay. It's blue in my heart.
Yep. Janae's just trying to push him
Yeah,
out.
she's trying to keep that head down there to her advantage. Oh, but Akata there coming with the shot. Janasia's not letting it happen. 2 points for us again.
Janae would just take him down.
Yep. Get a bar arm there.
And
Running it.
He's going to try and turn it into a pin.
Yep. She's just got to sit out, and that'd be definite. There we go. She's about to sit out. Is she going to get that point? I don't know. The arm looks loose.
It does. It also looks like she's trying to put her into like a strange pin, like she's trying to dislocate her shoulder.
Yeah, they got to watch that shoulder there. That is definitely concerning. 2 loose, not happening. No near foul points for freestyle.
Oh,
There are push-out points. Gave it to green.
huh. Well, okay.
Back in it.
Now, I wonder, why don't they put the hair up into a bun?
She did. It fell out.
Because to me, you could accidentally whip somebody in the face with your hair.
If it happens, Jeff.
I guess there's just no
All right,
holds
Kata
barred.
with the shot again. Janasia says no. Still up in the air. Janasia there with the takedown.
Getting some points. Again, this is just an exhibition
Got
match.
Kata in a cradle. And that's a pin.
Game over. And that'll do it.
All right.
And that is the end of SWOCC Wrestling for the evening.
Yes, Jeff, I hope you learned a lot.
You know, I think I learned a whole heck of a lot more than I did before.
All right.
Thank you all for joining us here
Thank
tonight.
you for joining us.
Don't forget tomorrow, if you're in town for the lecture and you want to watch, or just want to join us, tune in online here at SWOCC Media Productions. On behalf of all of us here at Southwestern Oregon Community College, and on behalf of SWOCC Media Production, I have been Jeff Baxter.
And I'm Victoria Cyprian.
Have a great